Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. As you can see from the thumbnail, man, I got a funny one for y'all today or tonight, however you want to say it. It is late. I was supposed to do this like 4 hours ago, but the the Lakers and the Nuggets game came on. I was like, let me check this out. And man, that game was so good, especially the first half, man. First quarter, Jamal Murray coming out, knocking out shots. Spencer Jones knocking down shots. I didn't think he missed a shot until the second half, and then Luka like matching it by going shot for shot with him. Man, it was crazy. First quarter, first half was dope. Luka and Murray taking turns hunting each other on defense, man, or hunting each other on offense. I thought that was good to watch, man. And there was highlights all over the place. And the way the Denver Nuggets in the first half was crazy, man. The Lakers came out first half with a game plan of doubling Murray every time he touched the ball. And I want to say another team did that early on. Like maybe they won their first game against Toronto. And there was a team after that. I don't know if it was a game after Toronto or a couple of games after Toronto that just doubled him. And Murray, his teammates, and the coaching has got to come up with something better. And it's the difference. It happened to Anthony Edwards a lot because Anthony Edwards like to get a lot of his. He liked to get going to the basket a lot from the high screen and roll position, which is cool. But when they start doubling you and saying anybody but you, we gonna get the ball out of your hands, and you make the right play and pass it, and now we got to rely on Zeke Naji or somebody to, to make a shot and make a play or whatever the case may be. Sometimes, it's not always the best thing. So that's two games that we've seen a team decide that they go sell out and just double Murray as soon as he come across half court. And Murray's not a small guard. It's not like he's Muggsy Bogues or nothing like that. He's 6'3", 6'4". And he takes guys in the post sometimes as well. And that's the difference between SGA and Edwards. Where Edwards would continue to try to hit his head against a brick wall and keep using that high screen and roll. SGA is like, man, okay, last game I watched SGA and them play against who was they playing a couple of days ago? Cleveland. From the tip off, Cleveland was pressing SGA 94 feet. And instead of SGA fighting through that and wearing himself out, fighting through the, because it's a made basket, they inboundsing it. They already deny him the ball, and you can fight against that, get loose, and then get the ball and then bring the ball up court with straight pressure, then get to the half court line. And you done already wasted 8 seconds of the 24-second shot clock, and you've wasted energy just to get open off the denial and then bring the ball up against resistance. That's a crazy way. SGA didn't even bother. Oh, y'all pressing? Man, Dort and Wiggins brought the ball up every play. Dort and Wiggins brought the ball up every play. SGA only brought the ball up if he got the rebound off a missed shot, and it wasn't no pressure. Very smart. Right. And I understand why teams feel like their best player can't come off the ball, and which is what I wish Murray would have done. That was in the zone, really. And then there was doubling Murray every time he, especially when he had Luka on him as a matchup, they just doubled him, got the ball out of his hand. And he never really got below the free throw line or elbow line, free throw elbow line extended. He never got below that. Right. The whole time. So, a lot of other players did. He was giving it up and saying, all right, y'all doubling me. I'll give my opportunity. I get that opportunity to another player to make a play. But they didn't make enough plays. So what I would like to see different from Denver and Jamal Murray is if another team decides to do that, you can't lose a 16-point lead because you can't make enough shots because your star player, who had 26 in the first half, was 0 for 4 pretty much the whole second half until like late in the fourth, where he hit a couple of baskets. He couldn't even get shots up. So I would like to see now. He didn't have a mismatch, but still give it to him in the post some type of way and figure something else out. So I'll put that on Jamal Murray. I'll put that on I guess you can put it on coaching a little bit, but the star player, like I always say, when the game is lost, the blame has to go to the star player, and the blame and sometimes the coaching if it was a coaching issue. Sometimes your star player just can't hit shots, and it ain't nothing the coach did. But in this case, I think they could have came up with a better way to get some offense going for them, especially for Jamal Murray. But yeah, we live. What's up? Especially for Jamal Murray. So let's get into this Theo Pinson stuff, man, which was hilarious. And happy Martin Luther King Day for everybody. I know it was yesterday, but I didn't go live yesterday, so definitely like to shout out the King and all of that good stuff. But let's get started with Theo Pinson, y'all. I'm listening to their podcast. It's called To the Baja. Theo Pinson from North Carolina, close to where I grew up at. Went to the Tar Heel, went Tobacco Road to play for the Tar Heels. Raymond Felton is on there as well, and Charlie Villanueva, and their co-host named Hung. I don't know if he's their tech guy or what, but he's a basketball fan and a young guy and a millennial, and he's just driving Theo Pinson and Raymond Felton freaking nuts. And Charlie V gets on my freaking nerves because he's in the same age bracket with Theo and them, so he's annoyed by it as well, but he's really not annoyed by it because all right, so I'm gonna tell you the breakdown of this show. Raymond Felton and Theo Pinson. Okay, Raymond Felton is a realist. He really saying what he really think. There's no propaganda to it. Like, he really saying what he really think for real. He gives this new generation enough credit, but he also is honest about the new generation. And then as far as the generation previous before us and the era before us, he talks about what it really was, right? So he does that, and he's like the voice of reason, I guess. Theo is funny because he crashes out a lot because he's like, man, what the hell are y'all talking about? Like, Theo is the loudest one. What the hell? No, we're not doing that. So him and Hung butt heads because Hung is this young millennial guy who's just all about this new stuff and this stat and this analytics and stuff like that. So, and he's the host of the show, and he's very opinionated. So him and Theo just be fucking butting heads. And Charlie, what makes me laugh about Charlie, you don't really know what he really think, because sometimes he'll go with Hung just to and you could tell he's being sarcastic. He'll be like, "Nah, I think Hung's right. Yeah, you got to do this. You got to." And Theo just be going freaking nuts. Like, Charlie, are you freaking serious? Like, so it's really funny, man. I like that show. It's growing. So go and give To the Baja a sub, y'all, man. They and most of them are Carolina guys, man. So go get them a sub. I try to listen to them daily. But this particular thing, it started from a meme, and the meme was pretty much had 6 guys on it, and it said, "Who do you want on the floor for the final possession of a game?" Right? And they got Kobe, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. Right? So that's the meme. I tried to recreate it. This is not the exact meme that they had, but for the most part, it's the same. It's the same guys for sure. And the question is, who sits for the final possession of the game? Right? And immediately I started thinking about just common sense stuff. Like, well, it really don't even matter who's on the floor, because you're going to give Michael Jordan the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way. Like, easy answer. Don't matter. Pick one, put him on the bench, and go with it. But if you really want to get a little bit technical, you'll say, well, since Steph is a shooter, KD is a shooter, they got to be on the floor hands down with Michael Jordan, 100%. So Mike is going to take the last shot. You got the 2 best shooters out of that bunch who's going to occupy maybe the corners, to make sure that nobody can leave them to double Mike. Because if don't double come, it's one-on-one with Mike, and how often is he going to win that battle? I mean, we've seen it done in the clutch plenty of times, and we've seen it done in the clutch on the biggest stages. And then you have this other guy that's exactly like that, which is Kobe. Let's say Mike gets denied and can't get the ball. You know, in the very, small, in a scenario that he can't get the ball. Let's say they send two guys at him on the inbounds, he can't get it. You got Mike Jr. and Kobe, who's going to do the same thing. If he gets the ball, he can take the shot. And if you can't double, it's a wrap, right? So you got Mike and you got Kobe and you got the two shooters. Now it comes down between, do you want LeBron on the floor or Kawhi? But it really don't matter because they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? So if it's LeBron or if it's Kawhi, they're going to be at the dunker spot somewhere, right? And we've seen this scenario plenty of times. Let's see if I can pull it up. And I know this is probably, if I pull this up, I know I probably won't be able to monetize this video, but I do it anyway. Right? So we've seen this before. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. But we've seen this before. Here's Mike, right? Now, pay attention to this. Can y'all still hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. I just need to make sure y'all can hear me while the video is playing. Somebody put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put a 1. Okay, y'all can still hear. Okay. So Mike gets the ball. Now, this is a possession. This is the final possession of a game. We've seen this before. And let's say final possession is 24 seconds. He got the ball with about 19 seconds on it, right? He brings it up. Look at everybody coming up court. They know what, they ain't had to call a timeout or none of that stuff. And they're down 1 point. So look at Tony Kukoc going to the corner. He's a shooter. That would be Kevin Durant. You could see Scottie Pippen up top. That would be Kobe, right? You see Steve Kerr up the top going to the corner. That would be Steph. So Tony Kukoc is a shooter. You're not going to leave him. That's Kevin Durant. Steve Kerr is a shooter. That's Steph Curry. They're both going to the corners. And then you got Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, which would be Jordan and Kobe in this scenario. And then Dennis Rodman was the fifth guy. I don't even know where he's at. I guess he's trailing. But Dennis Rodman would be in the dunker spot, and that would either be Kawhi or LeBron. And it's possible you might want LeBron for rebounding purposes. You know, maybe if Michael Jordan misses the shot, you might want LeBron on the floor. So in this scenario, you probably want Kawhi to sit. But the reasons why is just what I said. You know what I'm saying? You want Michael Jordan to take the shot, and you want everybody else to occupy the defense because they're threats to shoot it. So you can't double, right? That's all you want. So let's watch what ended up happening. Scottie Pippen's directing traffic. He's telling Kerr to go in the corner. Michael Jordan is letting the clock run down. There's Dennis Rodman. Nobody's calling for a screen, because when you call for a screen, you're bringing a second defender and you're making it easier to double and get the ball out of Mike's hand. And if they double and Mike has to pass the ball, somebody else is going to have to take the shot off one-on-one or some type of scramble drill, or they're going to have to try to relocate Michael Jordan and get it back to him. And then now you kind of lose your advantage, you know, off the second. So Mike is like, no, I'm gonna let this clock run down. Everybody go get in your position. You know, you see how Rodman just ran through? Malone was ready to double. He would have loved for Rodman to go and set a screen right there. Right. But why do you need a screen? You need a screen when, you know, sometimes you might be trying to get a second person involved to get an advantage, but sometimes you got the killer on your team with the ball in his hand and you don't need an advantage. He's already advantage enough. He's already got the advantage because he's Mike. So I got one-on-one. I have the advantage. No need for a screen. Rodman just run to the dunker spot, right? And there's the play. He sold out to try to stop Mike from getting in the paint. And Mike stopped on a dime, shot the jump shot, held the pose, and you're going to see a couple of more angles. There's the push off. There's the jump shot, release, follow through, hold the pose, game over, right? That's the final possession, right? So there's no need to complicate this, right? There's no need to complicate this, right? Listen to how the millennial complicated this thing, dog. I cannot believe how they complicated, and Theo Pinson was beside himself. Listen to this.
Final possession. Wait a minute.
It's Kawhi or Braun.
It's final possession.
Oh, well, here's my logic. You're not taking Steph off the court because of the gravity.
No, you're not taking Steph.
You're not taking KD Kobe because of his shooting ability.
You're not taking MJ.
You're not taking Kobe or MJ off.
You're not taking KD off. Either.
Who's hit the biggest shot in one of the biggest shots in playoff history? Is it Kawhi?
It's Kawhi.
And then LeBron obviously is LeBron.
No,
so it's one of the two. But I'm going to say Kawhi.
I will, believe it or not, will sit down LeBron.
I'm not.
Reason being, if you...
All right, that's the first thing. You hear Hong, the millennial, I'm not sitting LeBron. Why does it matter if LeBron's here or not? He's not doing anything in this situation. He's not going to be doing anything. You got Mike and you got Kobe. Those are your only two options for the shot. The only two options. I don't want Kevin Durant. I don't want Steph. I definitely don't want LeBron. The third place person that I might want might be Kawhi. Yeah, I mean, at no point do I want LeBron taking this shot or him having the ball in his hand. I don't. There's no need. I don't want a screen and roll. I don't want a screen action. I don't want somebody to bum rush the lane. I don't want none of that. I just want one-on-one basketball. LeBron already said he don't think one-on-one is real basketball. So no, we don't need you right here. You don't like one-on-one basketball. You don't have a go-to move or go-to shot for one-on-one basketball. You need the screen action. And I don't want a screen action for the final possession. I don't. If I wanted a screen action, maybe I'll pick LeBron. 100% I would pick LeBron if I wanted a screen action, but I don't want a screen action. There's no need for it. I don't want my best player that I want to take the shot to get doubled and they force the ball out of his hand. So I want Mike or Kobe to take the shot off one-on-one.
Look at the numbers of I guarantee you LeBron has the worst stats compared to all of those guys. When it comes to that last possession, LeBron will make the right play. He will pass it up. He'll drive and make the right play. But to take the last shot, LeBron, you don't have to get up out of there.
All right, so that's his initial statement. I mean, to make the right play, yeah, like I just said, if you want a screen and roll action, which I don't understand why you would, then yeah, cool, LeBron. But but if you're doing a screen and roll action, then you're giving the defense the opportunity to dictate who takes the shot, because they're gonna, off the screen and roll action, they're gonna do one or two things. They're either gonna double the ball handler, force him to get a ball up, so whoever's setting the screen by default becomes the person who's going to take the shot potentially. But if you over rotate or pre-rotate, and the third defender comes to the screener and he has to give the ball up to the next guy, then that's the guy taking a shot. So if I come to the timeout and say, Jordan, I want you to take this shot, I'm not asking for a screen so someone can force the ball out of his hand, and then the second and then third option is the guy who ended up taking the shot. I don't want that. I want Jordan to just take it. Easy day. One-on-one basketball. So Charlie V said that, but once Hong and Theo started to get into it, all of a sudden Charlie flipped and was on Hong's side. And I'm telling you, when you hear this, it's gonna be too funny when you hear how Theo got into it with them. It was hilarious.
But okay, it's the final position. So it's not final possession, not last shot. So it doesn't mean LeBron taking last shot. So I want LeBron going downhill on a screen. I'm putting Steph and Braun in a pick and roll and getting Steph's matchup on Braun or getting Steph a shot. And Braun's going downhill on a 6'3" guard.
Yeah.
First of all, who said the guard was 6'3" that was on defense? That's first of all. You just imagining things. Second of all, you're overlooking and overthinking this. You have Michael Jordan and Kobe on the floor. why do you want Jordan? I mean, why you want LeBron going downhill with it? So you're going to involve Steph and LeBron in a screen and roll action or a pick and pop action for the final shot, and you're going to have Jordan and Kobe where? Because if you're doing screen and roll, you got to occupy the corners and maybe the weak side arc, or maybe the dunker spot. So maybe one for a flat and somebody comes up for the screen. So you might got all 4 players except the ball handler on the baseline, corner, dunker, corner, or corner and 2 in the dunker and another one in the corner, and then one of them comes up to set the screen, and that's your action. So it sounds like he wants Jordan in the corner, Kobe in the corner, either Durant in the dunker or Kawhi in the dunker, and then LeBron and Steph. These millennials, dog.
Come on, bro. I'm not taking Braun off. I'm taking Kawhi.
This is the thing, though, huh? You got to look at it from this perspective. Do you need Braun in?
Braun downhill?
You got Michael in. Why does Braun have the ball if Michael Jordan's out there?
Bro, Braun going downhill is one of the most automatic buckets on a smaller guard.
Honestly, it's a tough pick just for the ball's in Kobe or Mike's hands.
Are y'all saying Braun don't go downhill? Braun?
No, he does.
Bro,
he does.
I mean, ultimately,
what does a Braun and Steph pick and roll look like?
Final possession. Who do you trust more?
To make a play or to make a shot?
LeBron and the Heat, right? Not LeBron now.
But to make a play, I'm trusting Braun. Braun always makes the right play.
He makes the right play, though.
He always makes the right play.
He makes the right play.
So, hey, listen, sometimes you don't need him to make the right play.
But if I have Kobe and Steph.
No. I'm not talking about with this team. I said at the end of the game, who do you trust more? Braun or Kawhi?
Braun to make the right play.
At the end of the game,
to make a shot.
You choose.
What's the question? To make a shot or to make the right play? Because those are two different questions.
At the end of the game, you're giving the ball to somebody.
LeBron.
Okay.
You giving LeBron to make the right play? I hear you.
When has LeBron made the wrong play in closing time? He always finds the right person. He knows every single coverage. Why am I not trusting LeBron? I'm the biggest LeBron hater here, but I'm trusting LeBron to make the right play.
If it's making the right play, LeBron has to stay on the floor, fam.
There's no play. There's no play. I just showed you what it is. You give Jordan the ball and everybody get out the way. There's no play. Not for the. Why would it be a play? Do you know what happens when you involve more defenders? You leave it up to my best guy is better than your best defender that you can put on my best guy. So if you look at the roster and you got Jordan, the apex predator of all predators, nobody can stop him like that. And your best defender, you're not going to put Stockton on him. You're not going to put Shandon Anderson. Well, you could put Shandon on him. He was a 6'7" athletic wing. They guarded him with Shandon a lot. But Byron Russell did pretty good on Jordan a little bit. But that was the best defender they could put on him. They weren't going to put Malone on him. They wasn't going to put Greg Foster or Greg Ostertag on him. They wasn't going to put Antoine Carr on him. They wasn't going to put Hornacek on him. We seen how that happened with Craig Elo years before in Cleveland. So the only option was Shandon Anderson and Byron Russell. And you telling me you don't like your odds with Michael Jordan. If you take everybody out the floor and it's one-on-one Mike versus Byron Russell, who you think will win? It's going to be Mike. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Mike. So you take those odds, but you complicate it by saying, I want a screen and roll action. Bring me Steph and LeBron, pick and roll. And why? Why would you do all that? Now you got two defenders potentially now you got more people involved in it because now I'm doing a screen and roll. If we blitz the ball handle off the screen, then the rotation guy or the roller or the pop, the rotation guy and give up. Now you got three defenders involved. And then now you got at least one screen and at least one pass, possibly two passes before you get the shot. So you involve three defenders, three players, one screen, and two passes to get one shot. that increases your chances for mishap, that increases your chance for a bad pass or steal. It increases your chances for turnover. It increases your chance to waste more time, and increase your chance that you might get a shot that you really don't want. Because the defense is that's why Kobe called the accident in basketball, because you don't know what's going to happen. You're not dictating what happened. You're putting it up by chance by saying, if we do this, you have 3 responses that you can do. You can blitz the screen, you can switch the screen, you can hedge the screen. You get what I'm saying? You can do all of those things, and based on what you do, now we got to react to it. You're just adding more stuff in the pot of gumbo. Well, all I want is just meat. Pause. Why did I say that? All I wanted was potatoes. Now you adding so much more to it. Now you got a gumbo mix, right? So now you got a screen. Now you got a decision. Yeah, pause. You got. Let's just move on.
Might be the best one out of all of them on making the right play.
1,000.
Now taking the final shot is not LeBron.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to have the guy that can make the right play on the court.
Why? We don't need a playmate.
Yeah, Kawhi's going to have to sit his ass down.
In this picture, you got to sit Kawhi.
You got to sit Kawhi down.
But my question to you was, if you're sitting there, you have Kawhi. Bron doesn't have the ball in his hands in the final possession with this group.
I think he does, though.
No, I'll give it to him.
No, he does not.
I think he does.
You're going to have Bron have the ball over that man sitting there in those 11s? You got me fucked up. I don't give a damn who the hell you talking about.
That doesn't mean that's where the ball's not going to end up.
The ball will be in Michael Jordan's hands. So if the ball's in Michael Jordan's hands.
What I'll do, why not do a LeBron and MJ screen, right? They're going to switch. And then just kind of play it out. Because LeBron goes down.
Then what shot is MJ going to get? If I want Mike, like you're thinking about who you want to make the pass. And I'm thinking, I don't want to pass. Unless you bring a double. And who are you going to double off of if it's Curry, KD, and Kobe? And Kawhi. I mean, you obviously can double. If LeBron is on the perimeter, you obviously can double off him. So the answer probably is, if you want Mike or Kobe to take the shot and you don't want anyone to be able to come off the any player to double, then you sit LeBron because he's the worst shooter in that scenario. So if it's the final shot and it comes down to a jump shot because somebody doubled Mike or Kobe, I trust Kobe, Steph, KD, or Kawhi to knock it down over LeBron knocking it down. And is if any player that knows how to pass the basketball, you don't have to be the best passer in the world to see a double team coming and say, "Oh, there's an open man." So if you double Mike and he's in that situation where I just showed you on Byron Russell in the finals, and it's at the top of the key, and everyone is so spread out, the double team is so obvious. You got to bring it. It's so obvious if you bring the double. That's why nobody came to help Byron Russell. Hey, you by yourself, dude. Right? That's why ain't no double coming. It's Michael Jordan for the final shot. We had to trust Byron because we can't double from nowhere. And they had Rodman on the floor, and they couldn't double because he wasn't in the 3-point line. He was in at the dunker spot. So if Karl Malone came to the double, all Rodman had to do was flash to the free throw line or somewhere in the paint. The pass is there, and the help had to come. So the second pass would have been to one of those shooters, or Rodman gets a layup. Now, if you thinking Rodman will blow the layup, then cool. But I don't think Kawhi will blow that layup or LeBron. So it really don't matter. I think that the answer is it really doesn't matter. You got to have the shooters on the floor, which is Steph and KD, and then you have to have Kobe on the floor just in case Mike can't get the ball to do it. We got another option. We got another Mike. That's like having 2 queens on the chessboard. You get what I'm saying? That's like having 2 queens on the chessboard that can do everything you need to be done on the chessboard. That's powerful. Right? So if I can't checkmate you this way, well, I got a queen. They got one whole side of the board locked down, and I got a second one on this side of the board. You in trouble. You know, so having two mics on the floor, you can't beat that, dog. And then having the shooters that, I mean, it's the same scenario. Kevin Durant and Kukoc both shoot the three good, and Kerr and Curry both shoot the three good. Occupy the corners. Scottie Pippen was there. If y'all seen, the help actually came to stop Michael Jordan from getting to the hole. They came all the way off Scottie. If Mike would have made the right play, Scottie and Steve Kerr was wide open because everybody had came to the paint to stop the layup. But Mike at no point thought about giving this ball up. Stopped on the dime, crossed over, pulled up from the elbow. Easy shot. And he was missing shots in that fourth quarter. He ain't even had no legs in that fourth quarter. He was missing shots, jump shots, and threes. All of them was short in the fourth quarter. If you go watch that whole fourth quarter, they was short. Right. So yeah, they're complicating this thing.
Down here, it's fucking almost guaranteed.
First of all, that's where y'all gonna fucking lose.
No.
Y'all making this shit way more difficult.
Nope.
There are two bona fide killers on the motherfucking floor.
Yep.
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are on the floor.
Yep.
I don't need no fucking screen. I need spacers.
I don't need two killers.
So let me go ahead and put this in perspective for you. Bron, I appreciate you getting us here. I need shooters on the floor. No. I need KD. I need Kawhi. I need Steph. I need those three guys and Kobe. Those are my two playmakers. They have the ball in their hands. Michael Jordan and Kobe have the ball in their hands.
I'm not rocking
with you. That's point blank, period.
I'm not rocking with this.
I'm not rocking
period.
I'm not rocking
Basketball's a team game, bro. I want other options. I want other options.
Listen, you have
y'all
LeBron.
Are arguing with me to have Jordan LeBron has the ball in his hands.
I didn't say he wouldn't have the ball in his hands, but having Steph and KD and other people running actions.
I don't need an action.
Nah, you need an action.
What do we need an action
You
for?
have LeBron with the ball, and you have Mike setting a screen.
Let me help you out here.
With KD and fucking
let me help you
Steph
out here.
in the corner.
If you have LeBron out here,
and you have LeBron on the short roll,
can you trap?
And then you have LeBron
on the short roll. Trap Jordan with this unit. Can you trap?
You could.
You're gonna leave somebody?
Not leaving Steph.
Are you gonna leave Steph?
That's why I won't put Steph in the action.
Are you gonna leave Steph?
I'm gonna leave him space.
Are you gonna leave KD?
You're not leaving space.
Are you gonna leave Kawhi? Are you gonna leave Kobe?
Hey, you leave Kawhi.
No, you're not.
I think you leave Kobe.
You're not.
I think you leave Kobe.
Where do you leave?
I didn't say that was a good thing, but I think if you leave anybody, you leave Kobe. If he's on the 3-point, Kobe has the worst 3-point percentage out of KD, Kobe, and Kevin. Steph.
Kobe's a killer, bro.
No, I agree with that.
That shit at the end of the game. He's gonna. Make it.
but if you're talking about a wide open shot, who you leaving open? You leaving KD, Steph, or Kobe on the 3-point?
Took a lap.
Who you leaving open?
Do we need a 3-pointer? Do we need a 2?
I saw him on the 3-pointer. Who you leaving?
I like
percentages. Are you a numbers guy? Why would you want isolation basketball if you can get movement and have a bunch of gravity movement? I'm asking you the question.
Get him.
Fuck all that shit. It's Michael Jordan. And if you say some disrespectful shit talking about leave Kobe Bryant, my nigga, I will leave Steph before I leave Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
You got Kobe fucked all the way up. You got him all the way fucked up.
Which Kobe was in number 8 or 24?
24.
It's percentage.
You gonna leave? It's percent. You gonna leave Kobe? You would leave Kobe
you don't leave
Bryant?
Kobe Bryant.
Okay,
absolutely not.
We're talking about the 3-point line in the corner, right? That's what we're talking about, right?
Oh my gosh, bro! You're making this way hard. Michael Jordan has the ball in his hands, and you put shooters around him.
Kobe's 3-point percentage is 33 for his career. Steph is 40.
Yeah,
we gonna talk about it?
I don't give a fuck.
We gonna talk about it?
So you take Steph over Kobe?
I didn't say that. I said for 3-point shot. For 3-point shot, yes. 1 3-point shot, yes. I got Steph. An open 3-point shot, I got Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
42% for his career. I got Stephen Curry.
Nope.
33 versus 42. I got Steph. Are y'all really saying I'm crazy for that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
I think you're a nut.
I'm still putting the ball in LeBron's hands, bro.
That's you. You can have it in Bron's hands. You can have it in Bron's hands.
Let him make the right read.
I'm putting the ball in Michael Jordan's hands.
Hey, Theo Pinson was the only person with common sense, man. Like, what are we talking about, man? So everybody who just joined, that's the podcast to the Baja. Shout out to Theo Pinson for holding it down for North Carolina. But the question was asked somewhere on social media, and who sits for the final possession? You got 6 bona fide killers on the floor on your team. Who you sitting down for the final possession? And this comment, somebody just put a comment, said, I don't want to risk the chance of LeBron getting fouled and having to go to the free throw line. And neither does LeBron. He really likes the ball is a hot potato to him because he don't like going to the free throw line with everything on the line. So yeah, I think LeBron is an easy answer because I don't need his services unless it's for rebounding. Like if I want to use him as Dennis Rodman as a rebounder, then I got him at the dunker. But I want him nowhere near the ball. If he's gonna finish a play with a lob or a tip dunk or offensive rebound and go back up, then cool. If Kobe or Mike misses the jump shot, you got somebody down there who can rebound. But I think Kawhi Leonard rebound just as well as LeBron. If he get fouled, I trust him on the free throw line a little bit more than LeBron. You know what I mean? So I think that was right when they first started by saying it's going to be between Kawhi and LeBron because you have to have the shooters and you have to have the killers. You got 2 killers and 2 shooters. They go hand in hand with each other. The shooters is going to occupy the defense where they can't double, and the killers are known for one-on-one and winning one-on-one battles. Like they're one-on-one players first. That's what made them such killers. They're one-on-one players first. And then in these situations, their drive and will to win and determination that kicks in and puts them into a whole nother gear, which is why Theo was like, how the hell are you going to leave Kobe open for an open shot in the fourth quarter that's clutch? He said, I would probably leave Steph before I leave Kobe. He's not saying that Kobe is good a 3-point shooter as Steph. He's saying, dude, when it's clutch time like this, and the answer is never to leave Kobe. You got to put your best defender on Kobe and probably your second best defender as well. Get the ball out of that man's hands. I don't care what it is, a catch and shoot or ISO situation. You don't want the ball in Kobe's hands at all. So yeah, I agree with Theo on that, man. But that's the new generation for us, y'all. He played the percentages and said Kobe shoots it at 33, 34%, and Steph shoots it at 40. I want Steph. What? I mean, and then this dude said he'll run a screen and roll action with LeBron for a final possession. You want a screen and roll action. You want all those probabilities to be just be circulating where you could just simplify it for one shot and say, we need one shot. How many times have we seen in high school, college? I mean, I even did it when I was coaching my son when he was 10 years old. They knew what one shot meant. If we ever got the ball and it's 30 seconds left, because ain't no shot clock with these it ain't no shot clock until you get to college. You know what I mean? So if we get the ball, there could be 40 seconds left. I'm calling one shot. In a close game, one shot. I'm not about to go into the halftime. We up by 2, and we come down here and take a quick shot. We miss. They go down on fast break, tie the game up. Then we come back down again and take. I'm not doing that. We up by 2. I want to go into the halftime up by 2. One shot. My son was my point guard. He knew exactly what it meant. I'm coaching him at home. One shot. He already know what it means. One shot. My team was prepared for that. So when it's one shot, I'm not running a freaking play. I want to make sure that the last shot that goes up is us. I want to make sure it's a good shot, a high percentage shot with my best player. But I don't need a freaking play. I don't need to run a play or a screen and roll action. The goal is to get the last shot. That's the only goal. The goal is not let's see who got the best trick play right now. Let's get everybody involved. Let's involve all 5 men and all 5 defenders in all these actions. Why? Why would I do that? So I just didn't get that, man. I ain't get that. Y'all want the phone lines open or no? Let me get to some of these comments. Yeah, X-Man, complicated for no reason. Dude seen all them players and was like, oh, we got to use every last one of them. We got to. Dude focusing on all these complexities in the scenario when all he has to do is just pass. All he had to do is pass, is give the clutch player the ball and let him take the shot. Facts. That's all I'm saying. That's what Theo was saying too. T-Bird said, I might call it. This pissing me off. T-Bird, did you hear the whole thing? I'm telling you, man. And I clipped up a lot of it. It's that thing went on for about 12 minutes. That was a 12-minute segment. I tried to clip up to about 5. That was about 5 minutes I played. So it's 7 more minutes left of that. Insane, man. Insane. Theo got up and left the room. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Like what are we doing, dog? What are we doing? Caller from Texas. What's up? Can you hear me?
What's up, Brody?
What's good? Hold on. Let me make sure I got you. Okay, you good. You good. What's up?
Man, nothing, bro. I'm trying to hear what you talking about right now, bro. Cause you got, it's a lot of cap. You saying a lot of cap right now, bro. Hey, bro, when you say you don't need nobody on the court to run action, bro. That's hero ball, bro. Like.
Whole game, of course not. But for one shot,
I know you saying for the final shot.
Yeah. Just what I showed you with Michael Jordan, with one shot. Yeah, that's what I want every play.
Yeah. Now, which one of those players that you just named and that you saying that you'll have on the court, they hit more clutch shots than LeBron?
I don't know. I don't count them. How many? Who done hit more clutch shots than LeBron?
Nobody.
Okay, so you want LeBron in that situation to take the last shot?
I didn't say with those players on the court. I'm saying with the players on the court that I seen that you named, it probably wouldn't matter who took the shot. But I think it matters. It matters a whole lot, nigga. The action that you run, or the offensive scheme, or the play you call.
1-4 flat.
Coaches.
1-4 flat.
I don't think coaches.
1-4 flat. Whatever I showed you.
Why would you run a 1-4 flat and take LeBron off the court?
Because I don't need him.
So who running the one? So who you got running the action?
Yeah, there is no action.
Who got the ball in the hand? That's what I'm saying, bro.
You got Michael Jordan on the floor.
What does that mean?
It's on the screen right there. This is the play you running. 19 seconds. He got the ball.
I ain't looking at the screen. Tell me what the play is.
19 seconds. Steve Kerr in the corner, Kukoc in the corner, Rodman in the dunker, Pippen on the arc, and it's 1-on-1 with Jordan and Brian Russell for the game winner in the NBA Finals.
In 9-8?
Yep.
Yeah, bro, that's 9-8, bro.
Yeah,
in 2000, I guess, bro, in 2026, ain't nobody letting that occur, bro.
Okay.
They're gonna send another defender and get the ball out of MJ hands.
Nah, it depends on where you at. In some places you can't double from that easy.
Bro, I'm saying, nigga, you can double from. Nigga, I'm saying you could double from where Jordan took that shot from.
If you do, then where you go double from? I got 2 shooters in the corner. I got 1 person in the dunker. Wherever you double for them, you're giving them a wide open shot.
That's the dilemma, bro. That's the thing. You don't know what defense is being ran. You don't even know who the defenders are.
It's man to man. It's man to man.
Just saying that You just saying that in any situation, bro, you're gonna just get a ball to Jordan and tell him to go.
Yeah,
that worked in 98, bro.
No,
that
you gotta
gonna work in 2026,
basketball ain't really. It's still basketball. It's still a 10-foot goal. It's still a round ball. You still gotta put the ball in the hoop. It's basketball. It's still 5 men on the court.
It's called evolution, bro.
That nothing has evolved, dog. if I got 5 people on the court and I got 2 in the corner, 1 in the dunker, their man is going to be on them. You can play zone if you want to. I guess that'll be the difference.
Yeah, but what you're not understanding is the game is different, bro. Is what I'm trying to tell you. You're not facing the same defenses as you was back then. They didn't switch. It's a lot of stuff that's different, bro. And I'm telling you,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not running the action. I'm not even giving you a choice to make a decision on whether you go switch, hedge, or double. There's no screen. Get everybody out of the way. My best one-on-one player.
Yeah, bro, that's hero ball.
Yeah, and you need a hero for 24 seconds left on the clock for the final shot.
Don't, bro.
Yeah, that's what you need.
No, you don't.
You need a hero.
You do not need, bro. No, you don't, bro. Like, what I'm telling you is that one-on-one, bro. Playing one-on-one, nigga, in the clutch, bro. Like, bro. That's not a recipe for winning, bro. You taking these few little instances, you know, where Jordan did it, and
all right,
Jordan did that.
I got more instances, right? How about this? This is a game last year between OKC Thunder, the champions, with the MVP on the roster, and Anthony Edwards. Here's Anthony Edwards running high screen and roll. This is in the clutch. This is a close.
You gotta tell me, bro, because I ain't looking at the screen.
All right. Well, you'll see it when you play the playback. But
just tell me what's going on.
This is in the clutch. 5 minutes all the way to the final shot, and you can see the difference between what SGA do and what Anthony Edwards do. All the Anthony Edwards actions was high screen and roll, and he had several turnovers and bad shots, and all SGA was doing was going to his spot where you couldn't double from and getting to the mid range and pulling up. So
but he's not LeBron though.
I'll play for you. So here's one. Here's a high screen and roll, and off that high screen and roll, he gets doubled. And hold on. Let me explain this. Off this high screen and roll, he gets doubled by Chet and Lou Dort, and he had a choice either to give the ball up to McDaniels, which means that my best player is not taking the shot, or pull up for the 3 because he couldn't get around Chet off that double. And now he got his back to the basket on the baseline. There's nowhere you can double from. If you double, you're giving up a 3. Difference. Hold on. I'm still talking. LeBron is the high screen and roll player. That's the difference. What I'm saying, what they were saying. He said they wanted a high screen.
I know. Hold on. I'm talking. Him to Anthony Edwards, nigga. He ain't LeBron.
I'm not comparing the players. I'm comparing the actions. You said you want to screen and roll action.
Don't compare the action though, because the action, nigga, is different about what player that's running it.
So you run a high screen and roll action.
Bro, I'm saying that's disrespectful for you to even say Anthony Edwards and LeBron in the same sentence.
All right, well, you can call it disrespect if you want to. The high screen and roll action involves
I'm gonna ask you again, bro. How many clutch shots held up? I'm saying the stuff that you're talking about, because you saying LeBron don't play like this, right? You saying LeBron play the opposite. That's what you're saying out your mouth right now.
This is what this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I'm saying as far as Shea go, how many clutch shots in the playoffs he got?
This is what I'm saying. If you run a high screen and roll action, you can double it, you can hedge it, you can blitz it, you can switch it. It's a lot of possibilities. But if if I go one-on-one and I get to the mid-range and pull up, you're not going to be able to double.
Bro, if the coach tell them to W, a player can run at you. What are you talking about?
And you go give up. We've seen it you go give up a 3 in that situation.
Bro, that's what they mean by when they say make somebody else beat them. Like, you say that your IQ was up there, bro.
Yeah, but
when you talk, you act like that's foreign to you, bro.
If I'm giving a 3-point shot to a real 3-point shooter, you don't want that either. My shot is the mid range. If I'm SGA, my shot is the mid range. So I'm getting to the mid range where you can't double. So you either going to give up my mid range.
You keep saying you can't double. Why you keep saying that, bro?
Or if you do double, you're going to give up the 3-pointer to a 3-point shooter.
Bro,
right?
When you do stuff like that,
listen to what I'm saying.
Bro.
You got
so we already know this.
Yeah, but when you do the high screen and roll action, when I double off the high screen and roll and you get the ball up and the rotation come, the guy who you want to take the 3 probably not even go get the 3. You got to go to the third guy.
Bro, they not gonna double on the high screen and roll. So you can't. They don't switch everything.
You can't dictate who's taking your shot in the high screen and roll situation. I don't understand what you don't get about that.
No, you let the defense dictate it. I'm
gonna play doubled off the high screen and roll. SGA and Dort is on.
Talking about Anthony Edwards.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, call me back, man, so I can get this out. I'm teaching. I'll call you back though.
Bro, I'm listening to you.
No, you talking. All right, peace. All right, so look, Anthony Edwards comes up, high screen and roll situation. They SGA and Dort doubled, so he had a choice. He could have gave the ball up. I think Medaniel. No, that's not Medaniel. That looked like shoot. I don't know who that is. It could be Mike Conley. I'm not sure who that is up top. He could have gave it up, but he don't want them to take the shot. Anthony Edwards wants to take this shot, but he's inviting a double team every time he used the high screen and roll. And they're going to either force the ball out of his hand for somebody else to shoot it, or he's going to have to force some stuff. So the double came. SGA got right back to the shooter, and he's going to try to use the screen with Rudy Gobert again. Hey, because everything he needs, I need a screen. They got Alex Caruso on Rudy Gobert, so they can't even get an advantage even if they switch the screen. He's going to go from Lou Dort to Caruso. It don't matter where he goes with the screen, he's getting a good defend on him. So he can't call Rudy Gobert up the screen and get an advantage. So he calls the screen again. Now there's a double. He's got 2 people on him now. Now he's got an option. Rudy Gobert is going to have to get the ball somewhere outside the paint and make a dribble and a move to the basket and then make the shot. That's the shot we're living with. We're down 4 points in the clutch, and OKC has decided, Anthony Edwards, you're not going to beat us. We're going to double everything you do off this high screen and roll. Rudy Gobert is going to have to make 5 of these off the roll. And Edwards don't want to give it to him. So he gets around a double team and goes into another defender and have to pass it in the corner and turnover. Right? We done seen 2 turnovers in off the screen and roll action in the clutch. We done seen 2 turnovers. All right, here you go again. Now, he still didn't learn his lesson. He still want the ball at half court and use a high screen and roll. He still want the ball at half court, use a high screen and roll instead of going and getting below the elbow like SGA did and getting to the mid-range. He's going to call another screen. Now, Rudy Gobert has been guarded by Lou Dort. Like, you're not going to get an advantage off this screen. Why you still calling it? So they switch it. Now he got Dort on him. Now look what he does. Turnover. That's 3 turnovers in a row. That's 3 turnovers. 3 daggone turnovers. Let's watch it again. That's the double. All right. He got to give it up, get it right back to him. Now he's going to call for a screen. Now he's calling for another screen. This time he tried to get smart and say, well, I see Caruso guarding Gobert, so I'm not going to use Gobert for the screen. I'm going to call McDaniels for the screen because that's who Chet Holmgren was guarding. Maybe I can get a switch with that. They double, and he has to get the ball up to the shooter because he's not rolling like Rudy Gobert. Gobert is 7 foot, so he's rolling to the basket after the screen. McDaniels is popping. They get a layup off of this one, though, because if you see Caruso down low with Gobert, he couldn't get around him in the screen. He's just trying to get to his mid-range. If I can get to the mid-range one-on-one, and look, they had to foul him on the mid-range. He getting free throws off that. They fouled him because he's that dominant from the mid-range. Here's Anthony Edwards again. I have to use the screen Edwards. Screen again, he's getting doubled off the screen. Notice Anthony Edwards can't get no shots off. SGA is getting whatever he wants. He's giving the ball up every single time, and they're forcing somebody else to beat them. Did they make this one? A miss. Here's SGA coming down. Jalen Williams is trying to get him a screen. Watch, he wave it off. Move. Now, everybody knows SGA is trying to get to that free throw line. The same thing what Jordan did on Byron Russell. We just seen him get to the free throw line and rise up. Right? We just seen him get to the free throw line and rise up. He's going to do it again. But look at what Daniels was standing. McDaniels was on the nail. He's saying you can't get to the mid-range. We know you want to get to the mid-range. Look what he do. Left a wide open guy. This is what happens. If Michael Jordan or Kobe has the ball, and we know they want to get to the free throw line, they don't have to get all the way to the rim. Look at all the people that's down in the paint. If LeBron is trying to get all the way to the rim, there's defense there. The shot's not going to be that clean that we get off of this. So SGA is saying, I'm going to get to that mid-range. But if you try to stop me, you're going to give up this wide open three. This is routine. Went to the finals and Anthony Edwards didn't. I only think Anthony Edwards won but one game. Right? Look at this. Anthony Edwards again. Still ain't learned nothing. Look, there's a double. He's trying to use a screen again. If you move your players out of the way, they can't double you. If everybody, look, they got three people around the paint. I'm going to rewind it back. I want you to see who was all up. Look at where the OKC Thunder is at. The same place where I was just describing for Michael Jordan in 98, which Young Disciple said don't work no more. You got Lou Dort in the corner. You got Caruso in the dunker. You got Chet in the corner. And you got Williams on the arc. Williams was trying to set a screen, but no, SJ was like, no, move. Move out the way. Spread it out. It's going to be so obvious what we need to do if we spread it out. If we spread it out and he goes to guard you, I'm getting a mid-range one-on-one. If he don't guard you, you about to get an open three. I didn't bring a defender up with the screen so they can double me. There's only two people above the free throw line. And once SGA directed traffic, it was only one person above the free throw line. Everybody else was below the free throw line. So where are you doubling from? Well, McDaniels doubled all the way to the nail and gave up an open three. There was one person above the free throw line. The screen, look, they have three people above the free throw line. I can bring the double and the rotation. I can double and rotate. He got doubled. They doubled the player that the Minnesota want to take the shot got doubled. The second best player that shoot the three-point shooter, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, you don't want him to shoot that. So the rotation came, they had to get it up. And then the rotation came to McDaniels. And look at Gobert wide open. So the rotation was late coming off that double. And so far we got 3 turnovers from Minnesota. That's why they're still losing. And this is based off of high screen and roll actions that they're getting doubled with. They had 3 turnovers to start this clip out. 3. Now we under a minute. They still ain't caught up. The lead is the same. The lead is the same. They're turning the ball over. OKC not turning the ball over. So you're going to run an action that's got a probability that you're going to turn the ball over. They got 2 layups out of it, but they got 3 turnovers. All right, look at SGA again. One-on-one. The double can't even come. They just gave up a 3, so they scared the double again. They can't even double. So he get that. I think he misses this one. He got the mid-range shot. A daggone block, man. What are we doing, dog? A daggone block, man. You got to be kidding me, dog. All right, now Young Disciple, you can call back. I'll put the phone lines up. T-Bert, I saw you call the wrong number though. Call the number on screen, T-Bert. You can call back Young Disciple. Call the number on screen, Funky Town. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Why am I running a high screen and roll action? What's up, brother? All right, go ahead. All right. So what's your thoughts? The point is, I'll put the graphic back on screen, right? The point is, when they ask who I want on the floor for the final possession out of these 6 guys that's on screen, Kobe, Mike, KD, Steph, Kawhi, LeBron, I want the 2 shooters in the corner. I want Steph and KD 100%. And I want the 2 killers on the floor to take the last shot, either going to be Kobe or Mike. Now, the option to have LeBron or Kawhi is going to depend on who I want in the dunker. And it can be Kawhi or LeBron, right? So it really doesn't matter. I take either one of them, or I can do without. Yeah, on the block. I'm going to get the ball to Jordan or Kobe, whichever one get it. Jordan or Kobe. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have KD and Steph in the corner.
Just like even like the Theo Pinson, like what he was saying, if I exclude Jordan, right? Let's say if I exclude Jordan from this list, I can add up all the clutch shots that all the rest of them hit all together, and it ain't gonna come back. It ain't gonna come out to more than LeBron.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
That's
what I have a problem with.
I've never seen a coach for the game winner Google game winning shots or something like that. I've never seen that. Like, you know who the guy is.
Who Googling it? Who Google? I know stats. I know stats.
Yeah, I don't think in a situation like that, nobody's actually going through the percentages, trying to figure out who got what number of game winning shot. If that was the case,
but you know though.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Right. Which is,
if you're the coach, don't you know?
Yes, and that's why Ty Lue asked Kyrie Irving to hit that game winning shot for Cleveland. He didn't ask LeBron.
But Kyrie didn't. But Ty Lue didn't call that. Nigga, LeBron called that.
Yeah, and LeBron and Ty Lue agreed to it. And why did LeBron call it? Because he knew that was the one. He knew that was the guy without having to Google his numbers.
Because he had the mismatch, bro. That's all that was, bro. Nigga, he was getting busy on Steph. And I'm saying what he said, nigga, it worked. Like that's all I care about, bro. It's IQ.
And the point is what you're saying about who got the most game winners don't factor into the decision making on who's gonna take this game winning shot.
Why don't?
You just said it don't. Why did Kyrie?
How your history?
Why did Kyrie take it if LeBron had more game winning shots than him?
That's because I'm saying LeBron had but let's think about all the ones LeBron has taken though. Like that's not a good argument. That ain't a good argument for a dude who got the most clutch shots in playoff history.
And he told Kyrie to take the shot.
Yeah, that's one time.
It is what he knew that was. But the point is, he knew that was the best option.
That game, bro.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
And for any game that you on the floor with Mike and Kobe, they're the best option.
No, they not. Like, bro. So why did he pass the ball to fucking Steve Kerr?
Because the double came.
So that means it was a better option out there, right?
No, the double came. I just showed you
in real time, bro.
I just showed you SGA. I just showed you SGA trying to get. He got to his elbow and he got to his mid range 2 or 3 times in that clutch possession. And the time that they tried to stop him from getting to the elbow, they left a wide open shooter on there. It's the same thing that Michael Jordan did. They tried to stop him from getting. They tried to stop him from getting. He was
no longer the better option, right?
They tried to stop him from getting to his mid range, and they gave up a wide open shot from Steve Kerr. It is what it is.
Bro, so you could be double D, nigga.
You're right, dog. You're right. We both saying the same thing. Michael Jordan and Kobe. Yeah, we both saying the same thing. Yeah. So what you're agreeing to is that there was no high screen and roll action involved, right?
With Jordan?
Was there a high screen and roll action involved?
Why do you keep saying a high screen and roll, bro?
Because the argument,
high screen and roll,
the argument that the guy was having is that I want LeBron with a screen and roll action. That was the argument.
Yeah, his argument
that's
was
the whole purpose.
Ball in LeBron's hands to make the play. That's
right,
his argument.
Right, and the point is, you don't need a play.
He's the best playmaker like ever. So
you don't need a playmaker. You don't need a playmaker.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Bro,
you need a shot maker.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, you need a shot. You need a shot maker.
Bro, you know better than NBA coaches, then, bro. I believe you.
Yes,
I believe you. You know better. You know better than NBA coaches, bro.
Any NBA coach that says I got Jordan and Kobe on the floor, but I want the ball in LeBron's hands, I know better than them. Yes. And evidently, hold on. Let me ask you a question.
I'm saying,
what action?
LeBron is better in the clutch than Kobe.
Let me ask you a question. What action did Kyrie run when he hit that game?
I'm talking about on shots.
What action did Kyrie run?
Bro, what you mean?
You cook,
nigga,
man.
How did Steph get on him?
Bro.
I'm asking you a question. How did Steph get on him?
Bro. It's over.
It was a screen, bro.
It's a wrap. It's over. It's over, dog.
Bro, they ran a screen to get Steph on him, bro.
Nice call, bro. Nice call, man. I appreciate it.
So, bro, they didn't run a screen. They didn't do screen and roll to get Steph on him.
I'm gonna let you run out of air, man, and then.
Nah, bro. I'm just asking you one question. Then I leave. I get off the phone.
I don't have no answer.
Did they run?
Look, I said everything I can say.
You bring up something, but then you can't answer a simple question.
I said everything I can say.
Bro,
I gotta get.
You're a character, bro.
I gotta get to the other phone calls. All right,
bro.
All right, thank you. Yep. Nino, what's popping?
What's going on, man?
Man, what's good? What's your thoughts?
Now I see. Do they say we need a 2 or a 3? Because if we need a 2, it's easy. If we need a 3, I think it get complicated.
They didn't say, but I'm assuming a 2. They down 1 point.
I'm getting that beat the mic.
It's too easy, man.
I'm getting that beat the mic on the block. But see now, like you saying, the spot where Mike, I mean, you gotta do the numbers of the spot. You gotta do your spot like you did. Honestly, to me, my basketball sense, my little bit of basketball sense.
Yeah.
If you got a guy working from that block, and he able to do everything on that block, it's hard to double team on that spot right there. It's hard to double team from that spot, right?
Yeah.
So if now the thing will be, I'm keeping Kerry in, I'm keeping KD in for sure.
Yeah.
The rest of them, I believe you can't do wrong. But if Bron in, I'm gonna have him cut through the lane that Pippen spot and get your ass out of there. If MJ don't throw it. Spot up, Kobe. You know, I trust the rest of it, but the ball gonna be MJ or Kobe hand on that low block.
Too
the
easy.
Only thing I got with Kobe, I don't think Kobe passed that much. He have passed before now. Kobe have passed. I give him credit. But if I got a gamble, I don't think Bean ain't passing that bit.
I don't need a pass at that moment, man. I just need the shot to go up. With my best player taking the shot, my best shot maker, my best one-on-one player. It's easy, man. Like there's no need to overcomplicate this and go into depth on talking about all these actions and I want this screen. Like you don't need nobody involved with one guy. No. You just need one guy involved with one defender. Easy day. People trying to just force LeBron into every narrative. And it's obvious. I mean, he said he's not a one-on-one player. He don't even respect one-on-one basketball, right? You know, so I mean, it's obvious, dog. It's a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, that's a fact. I was saying now, if you go into a scenario of if they double team, what I'm saying from that block, you know the block I'm talking about. If they send a double team You want to kick it because that's what I guess they were going through the whole scenario, and you want to kick it to your shooters, carry, But I'm giving it to Mike on that block.
Well, I'm giving it to Mike. In the middle of the floor, somewhere near the top of the key, 1-on-1. I'm not calling for a screen, and I know Mike is going to try to get to one of the elbows for a pull-up jump shot. The reason why Mike decided to start taking his game winners from the elbow is because from the 3-point line, it only take you one dribble to get there. And if you think I'm going all the way to the cup, I can just stop and pull up from the elbow. It's the perfect jump shot. It's not too far. It's not a 3. And I'm not coming all the way to the rim with a 7-footer's at, right? I can pull up from right here. It's easy. You can't contest it. And I can do it before the double gets there. Plus, I can see everything.
You can see everything.
I can still see everything because I got 2 people on the corner, one in the dunker and one on the arc. So by the time I get to the elbow, everything's still in my peripheral vision. Nobody's behind me. I just came from the middle, so nobody's behind me. So when I pull up from here, there's no double coming, and if it does come, it's so easy to make the pass to the open guy. Like it's just simple. That simplifies everything.
It's simple. That's it. I ain't got nothing. I agree 1,000% because of everything you saying. That's the easiest pass position, and that's his money. I mean, come on, man. That's his money. That's a fact. That man, mid range MJ. Now the rest of them, Kobe, Kawhi, KD too. I'm getting that bit to MJ.
I'm not even giving the KD. I'm definitely not giving to Steph. I seen Steph try to get his shot off against Kevin Love in the finals and couldn't even get a shot off.
I give Steph if they pass it to Steph.
Maybe if Steph was 6'6", maybe. You know what I mean? But
right.
Him being the smaller of everybody, somebody can bother his shot, man. And he really need the 3 because he don't get a lot of lift on his jump shot. So if he try to get a mid range, it's gonna be a difficult shot. You know what I mean? Just the way he shoot, he shoot with not getting a lot of lift off the floor.
Yes. For real, I really don't even think it really. Back down there, don't even matter who else on the court with him. I'm getting to Mike. For the mid range, I mean a 2-point, you need a 2 to win.
Yeah.
A game winner. I mean, we gotta be realistic with it, Now, whoever on the floor, if they want to argue that, then okay.
Yeah, I mean that was the original argument, but like I said, I got 2 killers in Mike and Kobe. They got to be on the floor because it's gonna be either one of them taking a shot, and then I got 2 shooters that's gonna occupy the defense. Right. So it only comes down to who you want, Kawhi or LeBron, and why.
For rebounding purposes, either one for rebounding.
Rebounding purposes.
If it's just that last shot, then I'm like you. I'm going MJ Kobe.
Yeah, MJ Kobe.
And I mean, that's what they do. You gotta be. That's like saying that. That's like basically saying who you want to make a pass out of them, and then you try to give the reason why it ain't Bron them. But that's what Bron do. This what
exactly
MJ and Kobe do.
Yeah, that's like saying, hey, out of these 6 guys, you need free throws to win a game. Who do you want? And somebody tried to tell me they don't want Steph. Like, you get what I'm saying? If it's free throws to win a game, I want Steph before I take anybody out of this bunch.
Right.
If it's somebody that if you're saying, hey, we need to make a pass out of a pick and roll to win the game, then I want LeBron. If you're saying I need somebody just to hit a game winner, it's gonna be Kobe or Mike.
Kobe or Mike, 2-pointer. Now, what if it's a 3 though? What's your scenario on that? Because I like what you see. They don't do that on ESPN no more, man.
If it's a 3, if we need a 3 to win, that mean we down 2 and we going for the win.
We down 2 and we going for the win.
Man,
which I wouldn't do that shit. But if we down 2, because you got ice water, you got bean ice water, but then you got tough. One of the best. You got 2 of the best 3-point shooters to ever do it.
Yeah, and it's tough because dang man, how you go get a 3? I mean, obviously you want to try to get Steph a 3. That's the obvious answer. You want to try to get Steph a 3, but like how are we going to get it? because.
And sometimes I already know what you're thinking. Sometimes getting stuff at 3 is more harder than one of them guys just shooting over the top.
Yeah, because when it's Reggie Miller or Ray Allen, they 6'5" and 6'7". Like Reggie 6'7", Ray Allen 6'5", and Ray Allen get a lot of lift on his 3-point shot. So him coming off of a double screen to catch and shoot, and maybe even a fade away three. Same thing with Reggie. They can shoot that over people. When Steph do it, it's harder for him to shoot over him. So it's obvious you want to try to get him a shot, but if you can get him an open one, that's perfect. But saying that you want to run him off a double screen like Reggie or Ray, that's tough. So yeah, I guess the obvious answer is the best 3-point shooter you want to take that three. But then you got another 3-point shooter that's pretty good in Kevin Durant that's taller. They can do it without his shot getting bothered. But Kevin Durant be selling sometimes, so that's tough. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want LeBron taking it. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, that's what all I got, man. I ain't gonna need more yet, bro. Getting it to Mike, and if I need a 2, I'm giving to MJ. I ain't got nothing on that.
All right. Well, let me get to this other call, man. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah. Caller, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's good? Hold on. Let me shout out the super chats real quick.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Creep Brazil just joined the membership again. I appreciate you, Keith, man. $2 super chat from Wolfio. Orders correct, left to right. Oh shoot, I gotta put the picture back on. He said LeBron like 2 for 31 the last 10 years in clutch shots. Wolfio again, $5 super chat. Bron is wide open in the clutch because the best defense against him is his own nerves, and he's 6% in the last 10 years. Then we got the big $50 super chat from Chris Strong. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks for the super chat. The money will go to good use, man. I try to upgrade my equipment in my studio as much as possible. I swear on God, I know ball. How much does it cost to pull up? I'm benching Kobe. Oh shoot. Well, call in after T-Bird finished cooking, man. Chris Strong, the phone number is on the screen. You can call in. Everybody's free to call. All right, T-Bird, what's up? Oh, and Funky Town, you calling the wrong phone, bro. You keep calling, but you calling the wrong phone. All right, go ahead, T-Bird.
Yo, all right. Let me just address the little quick stuff first, right?
Do you want me to put that on back? Right. You want me to put the picture on screen while you talking?
No, you don't gotta do none of that. You already know I'm a savant on this. I got this. So all right, let me just go in reverse order. 3-point shot. Who do you want to take it? Yeah, I do see a dilemma, but for me, the clear, obvious choice is Steph, and I'll tell you why. Because with today's rule, with that gather step, you can take 4 steps. So Steph, with his crazy dribbling, and he could get 4 steps to free himself out from the defender, he's going to get an open shot. Because, I mean, so he's going to get open. So you don't need no stupid pick or none of that high screen and roll. No, you let Steph ISO. You can't. He's one of the best dribblers ever. And now you can take 3 and 4 steps with the gather step. You know what I mean? So he's going to get wide open. It's just that simple. So for me, it's Steph. If you wanted to go who's number 2, I seen your dilemma there. I think I go with KD only because no one can contest his shot or even he don't even see you. So it's one of them two. But all right, now let me move on to the next thing. I never address Young when he called because I know what Young brings to the show and everything. But I'm gonna address this one point that he said, right? Because everybody in the comments killing him. They killing Young as usual. But you know, we love Young. You know, he support. You know, so shout out to Young. But I'm tired of Young saying this. He always using the longevity stat. LeBron hit the most clutch shots. Yeah. But see, that's the problem with these Bron dudes, right? They pick and choose, they cherry pick. But what he's not telling you is this. LeBron has also missed the most shots in NBA history. He missed the most playoff shots in NBA history. And he also is number one in history. And listen to this, missed clutch shots. So he's missed the most clutch shots in history too. So but he don't say that. He don't say he's the all-time leader in history in missed shots, missed playoff shots, and missed clutch shots. He's number one. He just brings up the one good one where LeBron hit the most too. Yeah. But see, he's cherry picking. Like, get out of here with that. Like, I really do this. I watch basketball. Like, I know this. Like, you know. All right, now let's get to the main topic. Right. The main topic is, now for me, there is no scenario. Well, let me start by saying this. It's not about, like, they try to get fancy with the words. Who you want is it take the last shot or make the best play? No, bro. Game on the line. Who do you want to win the game for you? That's the damn question. And it's clearly not LeBron, right? There's no scenario for me where LeBron is even on the court for the last shot of the game. For one reason, if you look at the 6 players you got there, well, 5 excluding LeBron, he's the worst free throw shooter out of all of them.
He is.
And also, want to talk about free throws, LeBron's the all-time leader in airball free throws in history. No one has shot more airball free throws in history than LeBron. So there's no goddamn scenario where I'm going to have LeBron on the court. No. Now, let's talk about, I love how you broke down that 5 minutes where you got the picks, the screen and rolls versus ISO.
Yeah.
This what dudes don't understand. I don't know if they never had the opportunity to meet, just be on a court with a pro player. It don't even have to be an NBA player. I've been on a court with pro players and they different. They don't understand. One-on-one, these guys are the greatest in the world, especially the ones that are like midi goats. Like, it's so much easier for them to get their shot off on a 1v1.
Yeah.
They are the greatest in the world. And they just, unless you've seen it close up with your eyes, you don't understand how unstoppable they are. The greatest defender is not consistently going to stop a great offensive player.
No.
Great offense beats great defense 90% of the times. It's that simple. So I love how you broke it down with the low IQ with the Minnesota Timberwolves constantly trying to run that high screen and roll. And let's talk about that, right? This, if you know basketball, you understand this. This is why you don't run it. Last, couple seconds game on the line. You don't run the high screen and roll because it's too many scenarios where your best player will not get the best shot.
Correct.
And all you have to do, if you blitz that screen, if you blitz it, 2 players blitz it, the player with the ball has to pick his dribble up. Unless he's just going to be back dribbling to the half court line. He has to pick his dribble up and make a tough pass in between 2 players, or take a shot, a long 3 over top of 2 players. It's too many scenarios where the ball can get tipped. And then now you running that, and let's say if you try, the one somebody kept saying on that stupid show you was watching, I don't even know what show that is, LeBron going to the hole. Okay, so let's talk about LeBron going to the hole.
Yeah,
right?
why we want somebody going to the hole for the final shot when we know they swallowing the whistles and LeBron want the foul?
Exactly, but now here's the other thing. LeBron's going to drill ball at the top of the key, because he's going to drive to the hole. So the shot clock, the game clock is running down. He's going to run it down to 5 seconds or 6 seconds. He's going to go to the hole. The double comes extremely late. LeBron doesn't have a Euro to get around 2 players. LeBron's going to do what everybody say. He's going to make a pass, right? Mm-hmm. But now you're hitting a pass to, let's say, a 3-point shooter on the baseline, but it's a rush shot because it's going to be a half a second or something like that. Those shots are so incredibly hard to hit when you can't plan. So there's no scenario where I want LeBron with the ball. It's just that simple. He don't have enough bag. He is a horrible. They said Kawhi. He take Kawhi off. If you look at free throws for Kawhi's career, he's like 85% free throw shooter for his career. Well, LeBron is like 70 something, and he's the all-time leader in airball free throws.
Yeah.
So there's no scenario where I want LeBron on the court. Period.
Yeah, I don't
need even if, like, one last thing, Mel. Even if I do, like, say Jordan go and take a shot and he missed, I don't want LeBron getting the rebound because he's going to get fouled.
Yeah, and he probably don't want to get fouled. He don't want them free throws.
No, he don't want to. You seen what Kobe told him in the All-Star game? Man, come on now, come on. And then we talking about one-on-one. LeBron said he's not a one-on-one player. Kobe said, "This is what I do." Yeah. Like one-on-one, there's nobody better and that I've seen than Kobe and Mike. So give me what you think on everything I said.
Nah, I agree 100%, man. I'm with you on Steph for the three. I mean, I slightly disagree because I don't know if Steph has shown me if he has the ball and he's trying to get a three, that he's gonna get a clean look at a three. You know what I mean? The example is, he got locked up by Kevin Love in the finals trying to get that three. You know what I mean? He's 6'3". It's not like, it's just a size thing, and the fact that he shoots with no lift under his legs. Like he don't have to jump to shoot.
Fair.
Yeah. So I don't like that
and
shot.
What you think about? Go ahead.
I don't like that shot of a taller player. But yeah, if it's somebody that's his size or smaller, then yeah, cool.
Agreed. And what you think about the clutch stuff where LeBron missed all the other history stuff that I named? What you think about that with young cherry picking?
No, it's spot on. I mean, how you get the most clutch shots is a couple of ways. The numbers are skewed a little bit. One, like you said, he's been playing forever. He's been taking a lot, and the way they qualify what clutch is almost like they did it, to kind of cater to LeBron's narrative. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause they say clutch is any shot where you down one with this much time left, or like 24 seconds left, down one. Where clutch can be like, I just showed you 5 minutes. That entire 5-minute segment with T Wolves and OKC, all of that was clutch. Like that whole 5 minutes was clutch, and you don't have to be down one to be clutch. You could be tied. You could be up one. The shot needs to be made. That's clutch. If it's crucial for us to make a shot right now, that is clutch, right? So they're qualifying clutch by just like they're very narrow. And I've seen Kobe hit like I want to say like 6 game winners in one season, 1 year.
For sure.
Yeah, this was the year before. Was it the year Powell got there or the year before Powell? It was one of them years. I seen him hit like 5 or 6 in one season. And then when you Google the numbers, he only got 5 or 6 for his whole. I'm like, wait, what? How they define the clutch? You get what I'm saying?
It's not even possible.
Yeah, I seen him hit about that much. How much they giving him credit for clutch shots? I've seen him hit that many game winners in a season. And they're saying clutch shots. That's all he gets. It's real crazy how they skew it. And I never sat down and like said, let me go and find all these all this film of and count them. Like who's going to do that? So we're just trusting whoever came up with this number, and we just been throwing it around for the last 8 years. And we only know what I know it's not the real number, but I can't prove it because I don't have the resources. But anyway, so I'm with you on that, man. It's a crazy number to even go by the way they defining it, and everything you said about LeBron and all the scenarios of what the screen and roll gonna do. I mean, we lockstep with that.
My man, and Jordan takes the last shot. Like Jordan definitely takes it for sure. So it's not even a debate. And before I go, let me say this: I seen that super chat that you had. Shout out to the dude. Shout out to all the super chats out there donating. The one dude said he gonna call in about why Kobe shouldn't even be on there.
Yeah, he called.
Man,
he called. I'm gonna let him call back as soon as you done. Yeah, he called. But
I'm getting off right now. But listen, man, I'm telling you, ain't nobody trying to hear no Kobe slander, bro. There ain't nobody trying to hear none of that. Like, go on with that, man.
It's gonna be
shout
interesting.
out to you though.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shout out to you for the shout out to you, Mel, for putting this John up fire. All right, man. Appreciate you
All right,
talking, bro.
Peace.
All
right, Chris Strong, call back. Had some more super chats come in. $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. This is what does that say? 12. I don't even know what they say. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but in late game, man, the food I ate got me burping. But the late game 6, if LeBron drives, I'm not worried about if I foul him or not, because I know that he doesn't like contact or want to shoot free throws. There you go. Hey, caller, what's up, big dog?
You killing me, Smalls. You killing me.
What happened?
First off, I'm up here hitting the wrong button on this phone, and T-Bird got on there first. That's what's really killing me. But no, this is the thing. This is a silly. I mean, if you really think about it, this is more of this narrative-driven crap. This is silly as hell.
Yeah.
You look at that lineup, and you tell me how in the hell that lineup is ever in a situation where they gotta win the last minute shot against anybody. This is this fantasy. We just go, that's why I don't play fantasy or anything. Because that's just I just sat back and you put the picture up. I said, there is nowhere at any time in NBA history that is anywhere close if they're all together. That's not, period.
Yeah.
That's not happening. You got to have like a blind, deaf, and dumb coach for that to happen. All right. But the answer is you're sitting LeBron. And it's not because I can't stand him. It's because he's the most unreliable in the situations that you need at that particular time.
Okay.
He's the worst free throw shooter. He's got the most turnovers in NBA history. He does not add anything. That's the problem. The real problem. This great making the best play, because if you're using the example you had, the last Bull player to touch that ball in that game was Michael Jordan from 45 seconds to the end.
Mm-hmm.
He scored. He stole the ball from the guy who used to have the most turnovers in NBA history, took it down, and did what he needed to do. Oh, yeah, if we go back to 97 with Steve Kerr, Jordan told him to be ready at the timeout. It wasn't a last minute, I'm stuck. It was, I'm going to draw these jokers to me.
Yeah.
You be ready to step into a three. And that's the deal. When he had, but yeah, by the way, Steve Kerr's got he's the actual by percentage, the greatest free 3-point shooter. Anyway, he stepped into a three.
I think it was a 2-point.
No. Oh, yeah, hold on. You're right. It was 2. I take it back. It was 2.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, he's stepping into that shot.
Yeah.
Wide open, nobody in his face.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, that's this high pick and roll, whatism and all that, man, this is one-on-one basketball.
Yeah.
This is, can you stop me? And if you stop me or whatever, the only way you can stop me is put me on a free throw line.
People that used the screen and roll that much back then couldn't gain an advantage against that man one-on-one like Stockton. Like Stockton wasn't going to blow by you, so he needed to use that. And then the reason why the screen and roll worked so good with Stockton and Malone is because Malone was the finisher, right?
Exactly.
The way they doing it now is the guy they want to finish the play. They're running the screen and roll.
Is the guy with the ball in his hand.
I'm like, man, well, it's freaking insane.
So you're like, you're not even rolling. You just screening. and that's all that. It's just a high screen. It's not a roll.
Yeah.
The fun thing used to be the roll part. You make the roll move. They don't. Yeah. They're just doing it. They're doing it because they can't get past anybody.
Yeah, they're doing it to get a likely matchup or a mismatch that they think they can exploit with a dribble drive. That's all.
Like seriously, if you were any kind of defender and you saw LeBron bring the ball up, they gotta score 2 points to get ahead of you. I would just foul him, like straight up. Once he got across the 10-second line, I'm fouling him. Get on the line. And you know what his bitch ass is gonna do when he gets on that line. He gonna choke up, and that's just historical. Yeah. That's just historical data, and they got no longevity crap. That's just historical fact. He gonna bitch up because he ain't up. Because if he gets what happened with that one-on-one stuff, with that one-on-one? He said
it wasn't real basketball.
I don't believe in it or something like that.
He said it ain't real basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess we all didn't play 21 when we were kids. I guess that it wasn't you against everybody else out there to get to 21 first. I guess we didn't do that growing up, right? That was just my imagination. We weren't playing that type of game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We weren't out there by ourselves having it just for ourselves to lean on. We never play games like that. I guess.
Right.
Okay. I guess we were just wasting our time when we were doing that. Yeah. Anyway, the whole point, like you said, this does not make sense. Like it's one of them scenario things. They're just trying to, cause conflict. But it's just
I mean, it's silly because it exposes it exposes the thought
like
process.
Said, they're trying to shoehorn him.
It's not even that. It's not even that. What bothers me is how NBA media has trained fans to think, and
right. That's what I mean.
And the people that's part of the conversation now, like it's like if you hear the host, the guy Hong, you hear him talking, you can tell he's very young, and you can tell he probably didn't play any sports, and he's part of the conversation with 3 ex-professionals.
Well, he sounded like somebody who wore dresses when people weren't looking. That's what he sounded like.
Yeah, but
because like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you are saying stuff that makes no sense.
But he gets to be part of the conversation all because he can participate by knowing the numbers.
Right.
Like he don't have to know. He don't have to know the game of basketball. As long as he know the numbers, he has a voice in this conversation. And I love the fact that the sport has expanded to include so many people, but like these are people without the numbers and without falling in love with the numbers. Is almost like being a fan of Pokemon or something like that. And I just know which.
Yeah, like you got a card. So, you got a card.
Yeah,
number.
I know which Pokemon can do a 25, a plus 25 or negative 25 damage to this card. Like they can participate in basketball with the athletes being Pokemon,
right?
And the numbers say that he's better. How are you part of this conversation thinking like that? And that's the part that scares me about what a game is at right now.
Yeah, and when you were saying about Kobe, I remember specifically in 2008 when his team was horrible. Okay, I saw that dude in just 2008 alone.
Yeah.
Do way more than any 5 or however much you want to call it, clutch shots. I mean, I saw him do some crazy.
I did
2
too.
people in his face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
But for this stat, most of them don't count though. Some of according to how they do the calculation, some of those wasn't considered the clutch shots that they're calculating.
Well, obviously he wasn't wearing the Cavaliers or Magic, I mean, or Miami Heat or Laker or another Cavalier uniform, or I mean, it's like, look, if you and this is the thing, they want to pigeonhole it to like clutch just means no. If you're trying to stop the momentum of another team, that's clutch.
That's clutch. Yeah.
Clutch happens at all kinds of different times.
That's a fact.
But when it comes down to winning a game, I'm sorry. The dude they keep trying to cap for and glaze for, that dude got 6 losses in the finals. He got 6 of them.
Yeah,
that means
the entire finals is clutch too. That's clutch.
Yeah, but you're sitting here saying that. Think about it. 6 times opponents got 4 wins on them. 6 times. 6 times.
Yeah.
Right. The other dude, the only guy who really needs to have the ball in his hand, he has 6 times where opponents got no more than 2 wins. Why are we having a conversation? Why are they even the same conversation? Why are you trying to compare those 2 people?
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's foolish. It's foolish. It's foolish. I'm gonna let this other guy call in that gave the $50 super chat. I'm gonna try to get him in. So.
50. Oh, well, thank him for his thing.
Yeah,
hopefully
I did.
He can get it. He
I
can
definitely
educate
did. Yeah. I'm gonna let him call because he about to call and tell me why Kobe needs to sit down. So yeah. All right, appreciate the call though.
All right, brother.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Yep. Shout out to Just Simply Sports. What's up, Kadra? Hey, Sean, you can call in again. You gotta be quick though, man, because somebody else might call in before you. It's always said there's no argument full of fraud. I think this might be him right here. Caller from Dayton, Ohio. What's up?
Yes, that is me. Yes.
What's good, man? How you feeling?
I am doing very well, sir. I gotta put the voice on chat because it's not linked up. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. So you said you would sit Kobe in this scenario?
I would, but first let's put a little context into this conversation, right? So all these players are like wings and a point guard and Steph Curry. Who are they going against? Like, what is the defense we're looking at?
Yeah, that might be a little bit too deep into it, because if you really think about it, they also, like, Jordan is also 65 years old. So, you know.
Okay, so that's another question I had. Are we talking about all these people in their prime?
Yeah, I think we would have to picture them all in their prime. Yes, all of them at the strength of their power. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was assuming too. Okay, so excluding defense, all right. Well, you know, I think that's a different conversation depending on who they're going against. But the reason I would bench Kobe is because I think he is the only one out of all these guys who's going to go off and do some crazy shit and not let Jordan get the last shot or make the best play for the team. You know, if we're setting up a scenario, I'm taking Jordan with the ball at the top of the key. I got KD in the far right corner. And then I got LeBron and I got Kawhi kind of on the wing on the right side. And then I got Steph closest to Jordan on the left wing. So that way, if they try to double Jordan, I got Steph in the corner for a three. And the whole reason, you know, I got Kobe higher on my all-time list than I do KD, Steph, Kawhi. I got Jordan and LeBron higher than him. But, you know, I just think Kobe's going to fuck it up more than any of the other guys. And I need Jordan to get the last shot.
Well, I think Kobe on the floor with Mike. I mean, if he was willing to step aside for Shaq, you know, even though he didn't want to, but he did it. I don't think Phil and Mike would have any issues with Kobe Bryant stepping aside for MJ. I really don't. You know what I mean? So whatever Pippen was doing, I think Kobe would do it as well for Mike. But you know, with just a little bit more scoring. You know what I mean? So yes, but you know, especially with him being younger, like he knew, he understood. Like his problem with Shaq was that he was working harder than Shaq, and he felt like, look, man, I know what I am, I know what I can be, and I know I'm working harder than the guy that you're saying is the man, and I know he's showing up fat, and I know at least one of those seasons he barely played the first 20 games, and I had to hold it down for the team by myself, scoring 30 and 40 and 50 points a game. And then when he comes back, you tell me I gotta rein it down because he's fed up with me shining, right? So that was a whole different dynamic, but still he did it and went back to his natural number 2 role. So I don't think that, you know, he wanted to win just as much as anybody. So if Jordan was working as hard as him or outworking him, he had no problem being his number 2.
I 100% agree with what you just said, but here's my, you know, pushback on that is Kobe was the number 2 guy when he played with Shaq, and he hadn't earned it yet because Shaq was the best player on that team. If we're talking Apex Kobe, we're talking 24 Kobe, not number 8 Kobe. And I think that the 3 biggest egos on this, you know, roster here are LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe. LeBron, I ain't letting you touch the fucking ball. But, you know, unless you need to cut to the, you know, rim and dunk on somebody as like a backdoor cut, that's what you're there for. But other than that, I mean, I think Jordan and Kobe have supreme confidence, and I just don't want Kobe jacking up a shot when Jordan could get it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I'm honestly, I'm not even mad at that for real. Like, you know, if that's how you think, then, you know, obviously you want Jordan to have a shot, and if you feel like Kobe will get in the way of that, cool. You know what I mean? But he's coachable though. So if you tell him, hey, this is what we're doing, Jordan got the ball. I think he just would know that. Like, just being on the team with Jordan, he would just automatically know it's MJ. I would love to have it, but I know it's MJ. He would fall in place. That's just my opinion though.
And I actually just, you know, now that you speak about it, I do agree with that, because you hear the respect that Kobe had for Jordan when he spoke about him when he was still alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So I mean, I guess we can agree to disagree a little bit, but we on the same page. I mean, I'm not, any of those choices I don't think are bad. And I trust LeBron the least. But again, I think LeBron, there's no way LeBron's going to let himself fuck it up over Jordan, because I think he would never let himself, nobody would let him live that down. Whereas Kobe could maybe get away with that a little bit.
Yeah,
well, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm with you on that. But it's an interesting hypothetical to have, and I like to throw stuff out there like that, because it gives you an insight to how people think and how people will shape, because we all come from different walks of life and different ways we view basketball. North Carolina view it a whole lot different than a lot of maybe some Midwest players, and so I just like to hear people different takes on it and how they would view this. So I appreciate your insight, and I appreciate the phone call and the super chat, brother. Make sure you subscribe and keep calling in, man. I like conversations like this, man, because dang, we could disagree, and I talked and you was quiet, and you talked and I was quiet. Like, that's how conversations supposed to go. I like that. I appreciate that, shit.
Very respectful. Thank you, sir, for having me on the show. I appreciate it. I will try to pull up again, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And just thank you for having me, and good vibes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, take notes from that, young disciple, man. You know what I mean? You can get your stuff off, and I'll shut up and I'll let you get your stuff off. Man, people need to hear what you need to say. But you don't know how to let people get their stuff off too. I like phone calls like that, even when we don't agree. That's perfect. You know what I mean? So it's that was a good call. I appreciate that. Are we moving on, or we got any more phone calls for this topic? Yeah, I appreciate T-Bert. So and people think when T-Bert or Funky Town call, that just because we got the same thought process, that's why our conversations are so pleasant. But nah, even if we disagree, it'll be like that if you're giving that energy. But if you're giving energy where I got a daggone fight to get a word out edgewise on my own show, yeah, it's probably not go, it ain't gonna go like that. You know what I mean? So and we can still agree to disagree. I appreciate that. I like callers like that, dog. You need people that disagree with you on in the comment section and on the show, because everybody's perspectives need to be heard. And then sometimes I might learn something that I got a blind spot for, and vice versa. So I invite and enjoy when somebody come with a different opinion. Let me get to some of these super chats. Wolfio said LeBron got more turnovers in the clutch in his career. Also, I'm not worried about his off-ball shot. The others, multiple spots they can hit a game winner from. LeBron, off-balance three or rack. That's it. $5 super chat from Kendall Thomas. Kendall Thomas again. Tell young disciple that LeBron is 0-7 on game-winning trying shots in the finals. So either that means the East was weak, or LeBron was unclutched in the finals. Kobe exposed this whole situation at the All-Star game. Yeah, you can say that for sure. All right, man. Let's do this. There's another podcast that that's kind of new, and it's Danny Green and Paul Pierce, and co-host. Man, I'm trying to find some nice things to say for their help, for their moderator, but sheesh, man. But the show's getting good. It's kind of new. I think the name of it is no something given, no fouls given podcast. Danny Green, Paul Pierce, and their moderator, I don't know his name, but it's almost tougher than Wong over here with the Baja podcast. But shout out to him. You know what I mean? He getting good and he getting better at it as well. So I subscribe. I like it. But they was taking fan questions, and one of the fans was like, man, how important is defense? Like, do it really matter if you defend or not, if you're putting up a lot of points and a lot of offensive stats? And I guess the motivation behind a question like that is the fact that we've had people like Harden. Now LeBron's not defending, but LeBron's not putting up. LeBron's not defending. Luka's not defending, and Jokic picks and chooses when he wants to defend as well. But when he chooses to defend, he's not good at it in most cases. But there, there's a thought process out there that it don't even matter. Like, they're so good offensively, you just got to kind of live with that, right? So they asked the pros, and they had unique perspective.
Our next question, because I can't see this guy's name. Oh, at player 1J6V. All right, our next question comes from at player 1-J6V, and his question is, how much should two-way play be factored into these conversations about the best players in the league, or do you just think there's some guys who are so overwhelmingly great on offense that it makes up for it?
I think the two-way factor is a big factor for me anyway. But there are some guys that are that offensively talented that it makes up for it, but you can't be that much of a liability or worse on the other side. Does that make sense? Like, even though Jokic is not a great defender, he's not a terrible defender.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he can still swipe down. Rebound is part of defense.
Yeah.
He may not be a big rim protector, but he's anchoring the defense, talking, good in screens, good with his hands, and doing little things and being, like crafty. So he's not like a super liability defensively. So but when it comes to rating a player as one of the best in the game, I think it should be very much taken into account.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I think it factors, like, how much should a two-way play be factored in these best in the league? It should be heavily factored. I don't think that you could be the best player in the league without playing the opposite ends of the ball on both sides. Like, yeah, you'll win an MVP, but I don't think you'll be considered the best player in the league. Like, Luka will win an MVP one day, but there's not any point have we said Luka was the best player in the league. And then currently, right now, we think he's probably like the fourth or fifth best player, currently, but not the best. So it factors a lot, because if we started to see Luka rev it up on the defensive end, like right now, we probably be talking about him being the best player in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I like about Paul Pierce and Danny Green doing it, is that they answer the question honestly. Defense does matter, and you can't be the best if you're not defending. Danny Green tried to protect Jokic a little bit. So I find it interesting that when they are giving their thoughts on defense, they it's open season on Luka, right? It's open season on Luka, which rightfully so, his defense has been atrocious. It's been bad. So, but you can tell when it's open season when the protection isn't there. At one point, you couldn't criticize Luka without a lot of backlash. At one point. But for some reason now it's free game on Luka, and now everyone is like agreeing Luka's a bad defender, when you usually would have people in the media come in and protect them, and then the players wouldn't really get on them too hard. It was just a small select few of people calling out his defense. Now it's just so obvious. I think it's open season, right? But the two bad, and people can call Harden out for his defense all they want to as well. He don't have no protection. But when it comes to LeBron and Jokic, you really can't say much for some reason. It's just too much protection for them. Like LeBron has gotten a hedge of protection around him, and it don't matter how bad his defense is, they're going to say he's 41, dude. What you expect? And what I expect is what I seen from Jordan when he was 41. You know what I mean? But I mean, they're not going to let you criticize LeBron. So, but Danny Green, he kind of like he went a little soft on Jokic by saying Jokic is not that bad. You know what I mean? He's still, he's saying it like, yeah, Jokic is way better than Luka when it comes to defense. At least he tries, right? But he's still not a good defender. And that's what they need to really be saying. Paul Pierce kind of said it, but without saying Jokic's name. He said, you can't be the best player if you're not playing both ends of the floor. But he still directed that toward Luka. He said Luka's name I didn't let it play all the way, but if you listen to all of it, he said Harden's name. He never mentioned Jokic by name. And this is a 3-time MVP, a person that's being marketed as the best player in the league. You just can't. It's too much protection. You can't critique him like that right now. You have to go with the narrative and the flow, right? That's what I see them doing. They're going with the flow. The consensus is he's the best. I get run out of the daggone NBA media saying anything other than that. Right? We've seen it happen with LeBron. You go in there saying anything other than what you get on too much about LeBron, they'll run you right on about the media. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I see from this comments. But just to get into the defense, man, I'm gonna explain why it's better. And before I even get started, I want to note that I watched that Lakers game. Luka was getting exposed a little bit in the first half on defense. They came out in the second half and played a zone. And this is why I like that zone. Because what they usually do with defenders who they don't want on the ball is they usually try to hide them, and they'll put them on the worst offensive player in the corner and try to hide them. And what the teams are doing is they just call the guy from the corner and we go run high screen and roll with that. Right? That's what they're doing. They call the guy from the corner, bring me Luka, and we run high screen and roll. Now we go force Luka to defend. Also, what ends up happening is if you're playing that corner and somehow we don't call you up to make you defend the ball on the high screen and roll, and we still run into action and we throw a pocket pass, that corner guy got to rotate, and now you're the low man. Now you have to rotate over and be a rim protector. And Luka is going to get exposed in that way as well. I show you a little bit of what it looks like when Luka is the low man. I think I got a video. This might be it. Is this it? No, this is what they must be willing to do. Now look at Luka. He's the corner man. He's guarding that corner man. And you have to be a rim protector, because now we're trying to protect Luka and not have him on the ball anywhere because we don't think he can defend dribble drives. So if you're going to be off the ball in the dunker or in the corner, you have to rotate and be a rim protector. And this is Luka just getting out of the way, right? So that's not a good look for me. I don't like that. I think I also got SGA kind of doing the same thing. If I can show you SGA, is this it right here? No, that's not it. Let me see if I can find SGA. SGA's defense. Okay. All right, so this one's a little choppy, but you see SGA, you see him right there. Now he's the low man. That's him getting a block at the rim, right? You got to be willing to do that. You just can't and he goes coast to coast and scores, right? So you just can't let your guy. This is him also. This is another sequence from OKC Thunder on the inbounds, right? I want you to see how many times they defended the dribble drive and the kick out and ran the shooter off the three-point line multiple times. This is another dribble drive. SGA popped in there, forced another kick out. Look, they're running all these guys off the three-point lines, and then it almost turned into a turnover. That's beautiful, right? But here's SGA. This is the position we seen Cade and Luka. You're the low man. If you're gonna be off the perimeter, being protected, and you got to play the low man, you got to at least protect the rim. People, Jared Allen has. No, not Jared Allen. That's the football player, but Allen. I think his name is Allen. But that's how you must be as a defender. Defense is very important, and it trickles down. Your best player has got to be locked in. He don't necessarily have to be your best defender, but he got to be part of the daggone process. I keep hearing people say, "Yeah, but you can win with Luka if you built a defense around him." Why would I choose to build a defense around a bad defender when I can build a defense around a good defender? Like, make that make sense. Like, hey, I have a bad defender, but if you get 4 good defenders on the floor with him, it can work. Well, how about you just get 4 good defenders around a good defender? Ain't that better? Isn't that better? Yeah, so defense does matter. And when people say that the offense is the offense is so good that you can kind of live with people not defending. I argue that I don't know if the offense is that good. Like, can the offense ever be that good where you can be exempt from defending? Or we can excuse your bad defense? That's how people think. Here's a comment. Somebody was telling me about the Lakers. This was before the night because they played a good game tonight, but they got blown off the floor not too long ago. And someone posted something on Facebook saying that the Lakers don't have enough shooters around them, and how do you expect to win and all this stuff. And I explained it in detail. And this is one of the responses. Basically what I was saying is, you got these shooters out here who are just standing in the corner waiting for catch and shoots. Some games they're going to be off. And when you're off, now what are you going to do then? And most of the times they're not even in rhythm because you're making them defend for Luka. The legs are tired, and then they got to come on offense and just stand and watch Luka dribble the air out of the ball. And whenever he passes it to them, they got to catch and shoot. And they must hit it at a high clip, because if they don't hit it at a high clip, the offense don't work. The offense is predicated on shot making from the others instead of shot making from your star player. You know what I mean? So I would rather get them in a rhythm so they can help my best player, because my best player is so good. He's always in rhythm. That's what I always thought. I always thought the best player is the best player because it's easy for him to find his buckets. Now we must design his offense around finding easy buckets for the others who are not easily a scoring threat like my best player is, right? But he said they pay you to shoot the ball. That's your job. First off, they're not smart enough to create shots for others. So here's that narrative again that they used to say about Jalen Brunson when he played with Luka, and the narrative they say about all the Denver Nuggets players while playing with Jokic. And also all the players that play with Caitlin Clark. Their fans actually think that nobody on the team can dribble, create shots for themselves, create shots for others, or nor do they think they're smart enough to create shots for others. They think that you have to have, I don't know, I guess you got to be Einstein to pass the ball. They think that's the hardest thing in the world. Actually, when I wasn't a good shooter and wasn't a great scorer, the easiest thing that I could do was play defense and pass. Passing came so natural, and I don't know if that's natural for everybody, but for most of the guards, passing is not hard. Like, passing come natural. That's like one of the first things you get. Hitting layups, passing really good, and maybe dribbling, and playing defense. That's like real easy. Like, me in a fast break situation before my handles got really tight, just my speed and have some coordination and having a little bit of handles, I was hell on the fast break. And I'm getting to the hole and getting to the cup, and I'm laying it up, or I'm drawing defense and hitting my big down low with a nice pass. That was easy. And then defending. But in the half court, if I needed to shoot, catch and shoot, if I need to get my own shot, that was tough for me until 8th grade. I didn't get good at that until 8th grade. I was good at passing immediately. And you got players like Jamal Murray, who has played point guard his whole life, that people are telling all the media and all the NBA fans he ain't smart enough to run the offense and get an assist. Same thing with Pickett, and same thing with all these other players. They can't pass. Aaron Gordon can't pass. Jalen Brunson ran point guard his whole life. They said that Luka has to take control of that offense in Dallas because Jalen Brunson can't do it. Michael Porter Jr., he can't create his own shot. Like, these are the silly comments that people will say. They said it's your job to shoot and make wide open shots. They doing it on other teams while playing defense. It's the pressure of playing with Bron. You expected to win a chip every year, no matter what. That's another freaking young buck. What the hell is he even talking about? Right? And it's my thought process that some of these dudes just not in rhythm, man. Like Gabe Vincent, for example. He played tonight. He hit a 3 in the corner. I think he only hit 1, if I remember correctly. But when he's on the floor with Luka, that's all he could do is stand in the corner and shoot threes. Like, that's all he could do. Let me put something on screen. So this is Luka on the floor. I think that's Gabe Vincent in the corner with at the top by the LA logo. Anthony Edwards is guarding him. There's the high screen and roll action. So this is their actions, right? Same stuff daggone Anthony Edwards was doing. They got one person on the arc. They got one person in the screen action, Ayton with Luka, and they got 2 people in the corner, 2 shooters in the corner. That's Rui and Gabe. Those are the only shots Gabe and Rui really is going to get that's on schedule. They might get some fast break stuff or offensive rebound. They might get some loose ball stuff, some off-schedule stuff they might get. But for the most part, Gabe Vincent is a point guard that can't play point guard. They got a ball handling Luka and a ball handling Austin Reeves. When do you think Gabe going to get the opportunity to do what Luka is doing right now? So Gabe can't play point guard on this team. He has to be we seen that you could shoot in Miami, so won't you come over here and be a shooter from Luka to just stand in the corner? He's not Steve Kerr. He could shoot, but it's players like Steve Kerr and Kyle Korver who they're already in rhythm because shooting is just automatic. They just special. And then there's players like Gabe that can shoot. However, he has to be in rhythm. And how do you get in rhythm is by playing basketball. Like, you have to do some of the stuff that Luka's doing right now. You need the ball in your hand. You need to move. You got to do things. You just can't stand there and just be like, hey, man, if the ball come to me, I got to be able to shoot it. So here's them running that action. They get the ball over to Gabe. This is the same shot he hit tonight from the same spot. That's the only shot he got that I seen in the game, and he hit it, and it was clutch. But when he's not hitting it, he hit that one too. When he's not hitting, they look bad. So that's the only shot he gets. Right, there you go. There you go again. Same shot on the other side. It's an air ball. When he misses it, they criticize him really bad, right? Now here's him on the floor with Luka sitting down. You don't see Luka out there. So now he get to run point. Look at that. Entry pass to Ayton. Anybody can make this pass. The idiot just told me that these dudes are not smart enough. This comment, he said they're not smart enough to create shots for others. How smart you need to do, how smart you need to be to see DeAndre Ayton with somebody sealed on his back and you just throw an entry pass. How smart you need to be for that pass. This is how you know these people don't know basketball. How smart you need to be to throw that pass. Right? But he gets to play a little bit of point guard when Luka goes to sit down, right? Ayton hit the shot. Right? Easy pass. Look at him on defense chasing DiVincenzo around the screen. He played for Miami, so you know that you know he wants to defend as well, right? And they're looking for him to bring the ball up. Luka's on the bench, so now he get to play a little bit of point guard. Look at that advanced pass, right? Look at what he's doing now. Now he running the floor. You know, he get to do some stuff. Look, he get to dribble. There's another pass. Nice little pass right there. They said nobody's smart enough to make these passes. But if Gabe Vincent was able to play point guard like he's supposed to, he'll be all right. But you can't play point guard on the team with Luka. All right? Look at him. Now you can run him off screens too. Look at this. Run him off a screen, catch and shoot. They don't run plays like that much when Luka's on the floor because they do high screen and roll every single time. Right? So when you get Gabe going, he could be an asset to you. Look at that. Dribble. He's going to get 2 feet into the paint. He's going to create right there. He don't have nothing. He see Lavera for a 3 right there. But, you know, the defense recovered. So he comes out with the Steve Nash dribble and he finds Austin Reeves for a catch and shoot. How smart you got to be to make that pass? He seemed pretty smart to me. Didn't he seem smart to y'all just now? He seemed pretty smart to me. Like these people are idiots that watch the game. And I don't know who's telling them this stuff that you have to be Einstein to pass the ball. Right? You have to be Einstein to pass the ball. But now Luka's back in the game. Look who got the ball now. look what Gabe Vincent doing. He got to run to the corner while they run high screen and roll, and he just got to be ready in case the ball comes. The ball came to him. Look how wide open he is. Right? I would go get that layup. But they're teaching them now you can't fuck up with an assist and you can't turn down an open three. So he thinking in his head, like in Miami, I'll probably go get this layup. Here with playing with Luka, it's got to be the three. And it's a brick. Here's Luka again. Advance pass, get it to him early. Right? This is smart by Luka. He got it to him early. He can make a decision. Look at that. Nice pass. Was he dumb? Right? But look at him in the corner again while Luka dribbling the air out of the ball. Look at that. Dribble. Step back three. The worst three I ever seen in my life. But he make them sometimes, so they let him shoot it. Just standing in the corner. Right? There's another pass he threw, though. Are y'all getting the point? Do it look like Gabe Vincent can pass and play point guard or no? I'm confused. Y'all tell me if he can pass and play point guard. Can Gabe Vincent pass and play point guard? Let's see what he looked like in Miami. Because these people act like that this man can't do nothing. He just like it's his job just to be in the freaking corner all day long. It's his job to just be in the corner. Look at him in Miami. Passed the same pass he threw to Ayton, he threw to Love, but he's running point guard here in Miami, right? Look at that. He's making passes. Like he don't have to just stand in the corner. Like you doing way more moving in Miami. Look where's he at now? Dribbling, using the screen, getting to the hole and scoring. He don't do that much in the Lakers. He in the corner over there, catch and shoot. But this is after he's got some other stuff going. He's got 2 layups and made some plays. Look at him, high screen. He's using the high screen roll, dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull up. Like if he gets in rhythm, he can start hitting shots. Now look at him now, catch and shoot. He's doing so many different things. If you get him in rhythm, and this is all while Butler is on the floor, he's doing this. He don't have to wait. Look at him. He don't have to wait for Butler. Look all the way to the cup. He don't have to wait for Butler to go sit down for him to actually be able to get the ball. Right? Look at him running point. You got to let a point guard be a point guard. Dribbling, good things happen when you let a point guard be a point guard. But y'all got 6'8", 235-pound Luka being your point guard, and then have the nerve to put a point guard on the floor with him. What's the purpose? If Luka is your point guard, why do you always have a point guard on the floor with you? If Luka is a real point guard, why was Brunson playing beside him being a point guard? Why is Kyrie playing beside him? Why is Austin Reeves playing beside him? Why is Gabe Vincent playing beside him? If you have a true point guard in Luka, why do you keep having to put point guards, real point guards on the floor with him? It's because Luka can't guard point guards. You got to put a real point guard on the floor with him and then tell him he can't play point guard. But in Miami, Gabe Vincent looked way better than he do in LA and way more consistent because they let him play point guard. Look at him making all these plays and all these passes. It don't have to be Luka, y'all. And that's what we're learning with Denver. It don't have to be Jokic. They're making a decision to make sure that they get all the assists. They don't have to give them all the. It don't have to be that. They can let their point guard actually run point guard. It's okay. But we got to stop lying and telling people that nobody on the team can make plays except Luka or Jokic. It's not true. These dudes have been playing point guard their whole life. They're in a point guard body. What you think they made it to the league playing center? Like Jokic made it to the league playing center. Let him play center. Why would you take the point guard from Murray who made it all the way to the league as a point guard? Which is why the turnovers are down for Denver. They only had 5 turnovers a night in the loss. Murray only had one or two turnovers, well, like maybe one or two turnovers. The turnovers has been down. Well, they really hurting it because they really small without Valanciunas and Jokic. Those are their top rebounders. And then Gordon only played half of these games since they've been out. And he came back, from the hamstring injury, and it looked like he got a little extra weight on him. So he got to play himself into better shape. And then Zeke Naji, is on the floor off and on a little bit. But as far as rebounding, they small, dog. They small. I think the starters tonight was Pickett, who's smaller than Jamal Murray, Pickett and Murray, Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, and Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones, Pickett, Jamal Murray are pretty much all the same size. They're about 6'4". Peyton Watson, 6'8". Aaron Gordon, 6'9". And then when Gordon goes sit down, they bring in Zeke Naji, who's about the same size as Aaron Gordon, about 6'9", but there's nobody else. So every time I look at the stat sheet, some of the games they won, I have no clue because they get out rebounded by almost 20 rebounds a game. But what they do well is they share the ball, so the assists are still 25 to 30 assists a game, which is what they was getting with Jokic. They was getting 29 a game with Jokic, but their turnovers are down. So they're taking care of the ball because a true point guard is running the offense. A real true point guard. We don't have to worry about a 7-foot center trying to run our offense, right? So we got that going for us. We're sharing the ball, and we're still putting up decent points and playing decent defense. We just can't rebound. They got pounded on the rebounds by the Lakers tonight too. Luka had 13, 14 rebounds himself. So if Luka can out-rebound most of the guys on the Denver Nuggets, it's gonna be trouble. And they done pulled some games out like that. In OKC, they just blew the Cleveland Cavaliers out last time they played, and they got out rebounded by the Cavs. They don't have Hartenstein, so they've been playing kind of small as well. And then Jalen Williams, the power forward Jalen Williams, he got hurt in the first quarter, so they didn't have him. So it was Chet by himself for most of the game. And they got out rebounded, but they won the turnover battle, and they was making shots. I think they took about 43s and hit 48% of them. Excuse me. Yeah, they took a lot of threes. So and then the defense was there. So but they got out rebounded and won a game in blowout fashion. So that's just one thing to keep an eye on for them. Also, I'll show you one more thing about offenses since we're talking about OKC. I'm gonna show y'all something. Why I like OKC's offense. Yeah, let's get into this. So this is the first play of the game. Actually, Cleveland just scored. And I was talking to y'all earlier about how the game plan, you see SGA getting pressed 94 feet. Instead of him fighting against that defense so he can bring the ball up, he don't care the Thunder don't care who brings the ball up. They don't care who gets the assist. They don't care who. The only thing they want to make sure is that if SGA wants a shot, he gets a shot. I don't mind my best scorer and my best player being a shot hog, which I don't think SGA is a shot hog. He still takes a moderate amount of he's not just killing it, but being a shot hog is different than being a ball hog. A ball hog wants the shots and the assists and the ball. SGA don't care who got the ball, but if it's a crucial moment and we need a bucket, he knows that I'm the one that's going to take the shot. But if we can run our offense and get good shots without me, he don't care. And the Thunder don't care. That's the difference between that offense and everybody else's. That's why everybody think that this is a super team, but all it is we go use everyone's strengths, not just my best player. So if you want to press me, I'll just come up court and I'll let somebody else bring the ball up. Like, look at Lu Dort bringing the ball up. Would you rather SGA bring the ball up against this pressure and exert all of that energy, or just walk up court and nobody's guarding Lu Dort to bring the ball up? So what's the point of you pressing SGA just so he won't bring the ball up? What you think that's gonna do? Okay, I didn't bring the ball up, so what? But so people are so egg-headed and so daggone freaking what's the word I'm looking for? So freaking I want to say stingy, but I don't know. That ain't the right word. But some people have to have the attention so much that they would fight to bring this ball up. SGA was like, I don't care. Dort, you can bring it up. I get out your way. Dort not even looking for SGA. SGA is about to get out their way and let them run the offense. This is the first play of the game. Going to give the ball to Wiggins. Look at SGA just chilling. The ball goes to Chet. So that's 3 people the ball has to touch hands of. And Chet is going to go get 2 feet into the paint. So he's 2 feet in, trying to make a play. Couldn't make a play, kicked it back out the Dort. No one's looking for SGA. Dort is going to try to get 2 feet in. So that's 3 people who's driven to the hole, try to get 2 feet in. They didn't have a shot, and they giving the ball back out. And now Wiggins has got it. And now he's got the one-on-one matchup, and he's going to do what SGA does. He's going to take him one-on-one 2 feet in and get to a fade midi. How many times have you seen somebody for other than Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron be able to get into that? They will not allow Ayton to dribble from the 3-point line to the paint and try to find a shot. They will not allow Rui to do that. They would not allow Gabe Vincent to do it. They would not allow Vanderbilt to do it. They would not allow Marcus Smart to do it. They have to get their shots off catch and shoot threes. And Luka has to start and initiate the offense with high screen and roll. Again, look at SGA in the corner. SGA is a corner boy. He would get out. They're trying to deny him the ball. So he's saying, if I get furthest away from the ball, that's going to create so much space for my teammates because they're not even trying to get. They're not even trying to allow me to get the ball. So they're going to be hugged up on me all the way in the corner. So they're going to get into a screen action with Wiggins. Wiggins don't even start half the games. All right, he's trying to get to the shot. Now he's going to get 2 feet in. He's got a center on him. So, of course, he can take a center. He gets 2 feet in the paint, don't have a shot, kick it out. It turned into a turnover. But, hey, if Wiggins got that freedom. Here they go again. SGA getting pressed, so Wiggins and Dort bringing the ball up. Look at Dort. What is he going to do? Get it right back to Wiggins. Wiggins just turned the ball over, but that don't mean, hey, we don't want you to try again. So he comes right back down. He got the center on him again, make the pass, and then SGA getting the ball in the post. The ball touched Lou Dort hand, Jalen Williams' hand, and Andrew Wiggins' hand. Not Andrew Wiggins. Andrew. I keep saying Andrew Wiggins, but Wiggins. I forgot his first name. And he from my hometown. He from Greensboro. He went to Grimsley High School. I need to learn his name because he representing for the hometown. But SGA gets the ball in the post. No high screen and roll. No, none of that. I just got the ball in the post. Let me see if I can get a shot. Passed it out because they helped and rotated too far into his double team, and he didn't take a dribble, dog. He took 0 dribbles and got an assist. Right, here's Wiggins again. So you want to press SGA? Wiggins will bring the ball up court. Get it to Jalen Williams in a back door because they hugging on SGA so hard. They don't want him to get the ball. They don't want him to get the ball at the top of the key. So he just go make it easy for himself. If you go hug up on me like all that space in the paint, I'm going to just slip back door. 4 points with 0 dribbles. This is 4 points with no dribbles. And they're running the offense without him. Now look at him setting screens for Chet. Chet's go get the ball. SGA couldn't go back door, couldn't get the ball in the post. What is he going to do? Move out the way, let Chet take his man one-on-one, and he get to a foul line shot. He get to the line. Here's Wiggins on a missed shot, running the break. Now, here's another thing that's good to have an MVP candidate like Shea, who also plays defense. If they ever want to get you on a switch off a screen, I'm not scared of that. I guard your best player, and I stay in front of him. He can't blow by me. He had to turn it into a pass, and it turned into it could have been a turn check in the post. Oh, so y'all go in the post to y'all role players too? So we got a role player in Dort that brings the ball up, a role player in Wiggins who brings the ball up and who got the freedom to drive and make a play for himself and others. And now you got a big man that goes in the post. None of that none of the offense that the other players did had to involve SGA. They can get their own stuff, just like a lot of players can. But these teams are deciding that I don't want you to get no shot unless it comes from my best player. It's got to be high screen and roll with them with the ball in their hand. That's why the OKC Thunder offense looks so good and everybody think it's a super team. You get what I'm saying? You say, I'm trading Homelander for Mel and the full Panther Friday squad right now. And yes, that includes the ladies. Let me get to some of these comments, man. But do y'all understand why I be saying, like, you don't have to play triple-double basketball? Like, if SGA wanted triple-doubles, he would just play like Luka and just high screen and roll everything and spam the assists. But you can't get the best out of your teammates. That's why there's rarely any all-stars teammates of Luka's. When he was in Dallas, he had an all-star teammate one time, and that was Kyrie Irving. I want to say the second year he was there. Because the first year he got there traded mid-season. And then did he get hurt? He got traded there mid-season. I don't think he made all-star that year. The second year he made all-star. Then the third year he didn't. And then the fourth year he got hurt. Brunson never made all-star there, but as soon as he went to New York, he made all-star the first year. Porzingis was an all-star in New York. When he got to Dallas, he hasn't been an all-star since. Jamal Murray has been so good all these years, but he couldn't make all-star beside Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. couldn't make all-star beside Jokic, but the first year he leave Jokic, he made all-star. Gordon was on the verge of making all-star in Orlando before he joined Denver. He get to Denver, he's not even close. Like, it's a reason why players who play in that triple-double offense don't produce all-stars, because there's not enough freedom for them to shine to be an all-star. Plus, that narrative always follows them that if I get 9 to 10 assists a game, that means that everything that the offense is generating is coming off my assists, and they're going to equate that you're not really that good. Jokic is making you better, or Luka is making you better. And that's the narrative. That's why so many people got so much negative stuff to say about Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, all the role players, and nobody that plays beside Luka. Like, this dude really said nobody is smart enough to make a play. Like, he literally, this is how they really think. No one is smart enough to create shots for others. They really think that. That's one reason they so good. The Knicks were better before they traded for Melo, because they were deeper. What else is in here in his comments? They don't need to trade anyone. Make their bigs do more cuts, hook shots, post-ups, offensive rebounds down low. I just want more post action to add a new layer to the offense. Who you talking about, X-Man? Which team? Maybe the Lakers. Gordon on the Nuggets is in a lesser role. Michael Porter Jr. was also playing a lesser role for the Nuggets as well. It's a lesser role also dictated by the assists of Jokic. They're not making the plays for themselves as much as they probably could. Michael Porter Jr. got the ability to make plays for himself and others. So does Jamal Murray. Can't do it as much, though. Yeah, no one is smart enough to create shots. It's crazy. Like this, but this is how we trained the new generation to think basketball, y'all. But this is how we trained them. This whole episode has just been about the way the new basketball fans think. This is what they think. If you're in an offense that play triple-double basketball, is because that is only one person smart enough to make plays. Not a point guard that's played point guard his whole career that was good enough at doing it that he got drafted. Like, make that make sense, dog. You got drafted for being a point guard your whole life. You went from high school to D1 college to getting drafted as a point guard, but all of a sudden you're not smart enough to get an assist or make a play. You really think it's people that's just growing up saying, all I'm gonna do is work on this corner three, and they go pro off the corner three. No, they're grabbing people that can play basketball and saying, this guy here can do like 5 different things, and we want him to do all 5 of them. The only thing that's left is catch and shoots or screens. Which one you want? Oh, and by the way, since he's doing all of this on offense, we got to protect him on defense and let him hide. So now you and the 4 other guys got to figure out how to guard 5 guys. He can rest because he's the best player, and he's doing so much on offense. Like that does not go win it, dog. That does not go win it. X-Man said, I was talking about OKC. I wanted more post action to complete that mid-range and make themselves even more dominant. Yeah. I think that's what Boston went wrong after they won that championship. They got 3-point happy, and they got ISO ball happy. It was all Jason Tatum dribbling up top, using high screen and roll, and then he'll step back into a 3, and then they'll switch it off with Brown, and Brown try to get downhill most of the time. The issue with Tatum and Brown is all of a sudden when they was getting downhill to get into the hole, a foul wasn't a foul no more. So it seemed like they was shying away from going to the hole. And Tatum fell in love with the 3-pointer crazy. White was shooting so many threes. I mean, it was insane. And they just didn't use Porzingis couldn't get healthy most of that season. He was in and out of the lineup, but I thought Porzingis was really important. At the beginning of the season they won the championship, Porzingis in the post was hell. He was doing so much good work in the post, and that made the difference for the team. And then every now and then he could step out and hit the 3. That made it dangerous, but they didn't have Porzingis in the lineup enough to use him. But even when he was in the lineup, they wasn't putting him in the post no more. There was 2 3-point happy. I saw it coming all season. I saw it coming. I said, man, these dudes setting themselves up, man. And sure enough, man, set themselves up for sure. Tired of these stars that depend on role players for half of the game, yet take all the salary cap, yeah. And take all the credit too. I mean, we go live and die with a role player taking a game-winning shot because we passed it to him because it was the right play. But that role player ain't getting the attention if he do make it. It's on me because I made the pass. We making the assist more important than the shot making. That's crazy. No one creates shots anymore. They create flops. Yeah. The Celtics were running too many 5-out off. Yep. Exactly. That's what they was doing. Got exposed too. Kobe took Rondo to conserve energy. Be serious. What is this dude talking about? we talking about the difference of a player guarding the worst offensive player in the corner. So, and not the reason why they're not guarding them to conserve energy. They're guarding them because they can't guard nobody on defense. They're guarding them because they're a bad defender. Nobody has ever said Kobe was a bad defender. So if I'm chasing Ray Allen around most of the game, but I got to provide 30 points for my team, you trying to tell me if he guards Rondo, the guy whipped the ball, but I can back off of him because he's not going to shoot a lot of jumpers, and I don't have to chase Ray Allen around or fight Paul Pierce in the post. We went and signed Ron Artest for somebody like Paul Pierce or LeBron. So if I don't have, and I've seen Kobe fight Melo in the post, and that's the biggest bruiser. So we're not going to pretend like Kobe's not a good defender or a great defender. So if he decides to take some plays and take Rondo so he don't have to chase Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen around. He don't have to chase Ray Allen. So be it. But that's not the same thing as we saying Luka or LeBron is guarding the worst player because they can't defend no more, or they can't defend, or they won't defend. That's totally different. Stop mixing up stuff. You just got to accept when the truth comes to the truth and accept it, and stop trying to find a great player like Jordan or Kobe to say, well, they did something similar, and then try to make it seem like it's the same thing. Putting a bad defender and hiding him on defense is not the same thing as saying, hey, Kobe has been chasing Ray Allen around for 3 quarters. Put him on Rondo for about 5 minutes. Man, get out of here with that nonsense, man. Get out of here with that nonsense. Y'all, all that whataboutism, man. Y'all not making no points or no basketball sense. Y'all just out here just trying to throw shit out and see what sticks to the wall. And ain't nothing sticking. Ain't nothing sticking, man. Y'all sound foolish. Like, this man really threw Kobe and Rondo out there like it's the same thing as a bad defender getting hit on defense. LeBron is getting hit now. What are you talking about, young disciple? LeBron's getting hit now. Have you seen his defense? Have you seen his defense? This dude's getting hit now. He missing so many freaking assignments. They got to play a freaking zone for Luka and LeBron. It worked tonight. But a zone, because your best 2 players won't defend? Them boys whack as hell, man. Man, be for real. LeBron and Luka whack as hell. They can't stop a nosebleed, dog. Can't stop a nosebleed. But there, those are my thoughts on defense, man. I'm gonna get to the last thing, man, because I wanted to kind of go in depth. Well, I ain't gonna go too much in depth about it. I'll touch it briefly though, but of course, Jimmy Butler, the news had already hit, and he's out with an ACL injury. He's gonna be out for the rest of the season, and he's older, so he got 1 year left on his contract next year, and that's for like $62 million. This man getting paid like Jordan. So they got $62 million on the books, and he's not going to play at all next year. If they're lucky, he'll be back around this time frame next year. So if they make a playoff run next year, he might be back for the playoffs. You know, he might come back at the All-Star break or after the All-Star break. Right? How did we get here though? Oh, and not to mention Kaminga. It's just so daggone funny that there was just Kaminga demanded a trade. They wasn't playing him. Steve Kerr talking all big in the press conference, been dodging the real questions, not answering it for real. And all of that good stuff, man. And now he done changed his tune because now they lost freaking Butler. And all of a sudden, they asked him last night, now that Butler is out, is there any chance that Kaminga play? Yes, absolutely. So what was the decision that made it like, because the way he was talking, like the situation was difficult. He said it's a difficult situation, and that's all I say about it. What's so difficult about it? You're the person who decides who goes in the game or not. So you just look like a freaking liar, because if you were trying to make it seem like you couldn't play him because it was a difficult situation that we don't know about, so we forced to think, man, what's so difficult about it? Is Kaminga getting dogged in the media and in the YouTube space because everybody is wondering, did he refuse to play? Like, did he just say, I refuse to play? Like, people was really contemplating and trying to figure out if Kaminga is telling him he's not playing, I want to be traded. And by him being vague with his answers and saying it's complicated and all this stuff, we don't know. Like, you know, he's leaving it up in the air for us to guess. All to find out when Butler gets hurt, that simple, the very next game he's in. Because you need points, which is crazy to me, because it kind of makes it seem like what I've been saying is right. Kaminga thinks highly of himself as a offensive threat. And the wrestling match between Kerr and Kaminga is Kerr trying to convince Kaminga he's not that good offensively, and we don't need your offense. We just need Steph's offense. And the Golden State way of running the offense around Steph, that's all we need. So don't think that you're going to get post-ups or you're going to get an ISO situation. You can't get none of that. You have to play like Wiggins and Draymond Green played with Jimmy Butler, which is why Jimmy Butler is probably hurt, because he's a 6'7", 210-pound, 220-pound small forward. They got to play power forward and center for the Golden State Warriors, which is what Andrew Wiggins was doing when he was there. Thank God he got out of there before he had some serious injury trying to guard power forwards down low and centers. That's why Draymond Green back went out a couple of years ago. They want to go undersized so much, and they telling Kaminga that we traded Wiggins for Butler, but if you want to get in the lineup, you got to be like what Wiggins was. You got to play power forward. Wiggins is a daggone shooting guard, small forward at best. And he was playing power forward and center for the daggone Golden State Warriors because they like small ball with this lineup. I mean, it's just insane. So what it really is Kaminga, he wants to shoot, he wants to score. And Kerr is telling him that's not what we do here, dog. We don't let people like you score. We do threes over here, big dog, and whatever comes off of Steph gravity, that's what we do. We ain't posting nobody up. You ain't ISOing nobody. That's not what we doing, dog. So that's the issue, because if you're telling me that you trust the rookie small forward, who I like, really, I really like the rookie small. I forget his name, is escaping me right now. Good shooter, good scorer, really good small forward. I like him. Rookie. You got him, then you got Moody, then you got Butler. You got three people at Kaminga's position. Richards, Will Richards is the rookie name. Richards, really good player. You got these guys that's getting the PT over Kaminga. You got a rookie getting PT over Kaminga. That's crazy. A rookie getting PT over Kaminga, Moody and Butler. And the same thing that happened last year happened this year. They benched Kaminga last year because he wouldn't conform to what Steve Kerr wanted. Then when the playoffs started, they got through Houston some type of way. They shouldn't have got past Houston, but they did, and met the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round. And Steph Curry got hurt in game one, hamstring or quad injury, one of them. And now you was like, all right, Jimmy Butler, we just bought you in here. You was a number one for Miami, so you shouldn't have a problem being a number one right now with Steph Curry being gone. We need you for points. And this clown went out there and stunk up the court. I think he shot the ball less than 10 times in the game where they needed him to shoot 20 times. he shot the ball like 10 times, didn't give him no point. So Steve Kerr didn't have no choice but to play Kaminga, and Kaminga got in, and it immediately was the number one scoring option for the Golden State Warriors. So you mean to tell me all the people you've been playing in front of Kaminga, including Jimmy Butler, wasn't good enough to carry the team in the point department, and you had to put him from the end of the bench into the game for a scoring punch? And then the same thing happened this year, except instead of Steph going down, Jimmy Butler went down. You mean to tell me Will Richards, Minsky, Moody, none of these dudes, Draymond, none of these dudes you've been playing in front of Kaminga that you claim Kaminga is just not fit for this team, but all of a sudden now that you need points, now he fit again? It's 2 years in a row you said he don't fit, but you refuse to trade him and you refuse to let him walk in free agency, and now he don't fit 2 years in a row. But as soon as y'all have an injury, all of a sudden he fit again? All these people that was in my comment section on all my Golden State Warriors videos where I talk about Kaminga and Kerr, all in my comment section saying, you not here in Oakland, I'm in Oakland, and Kaminga's not good and he don't fit. We want him gone. Steve Kerr. All of that nonsense y'all talking, but now Steve Kerr got him back in the game, and now he fit. Did he fit now? Because he got in the game today and went 7 for 10 and had 20 points. More points than Steph Curry had. More points than Draymond Green had. More points than Moses Moody. More points than Podminski. So you mean to tell me he fit again? Why is he on the floor now if he don't fit? And why every time he scored, Steph Curry was over there clapping and reacting to every point? Why every time somebody talked to the media, like Draymond or any other his teammates about Kaminga, they all rooting for him and saying he's handled this perfectly. We love the way he's handled this. I wouldn't have handled it just as well. They know Steve Kerr screwing them. They know Steve Kerr is screwing them. Trade this man. Gilbert Arenas got on his platform this morning and said, Kaminga, don't fold. As soon as they call you and say we go play you, tell them your back hurt. And that was one way that I wouldn't have even been mad at him if he handled it that way. I already demanded the trade. I want to be out of here. I demanded the trade, but he went out there and played anyway. You could see the facial, like go and look at the game. If you can watch the whole game, I want you to look at it and watch his facial expressions. Watch how Kerr interact with him. They had a moment after the game late. Even though they lost, they had a moment where Kerr came to him and was talking to him. It was just weird, but you could tell it was just weird energy between them. Like he got a blank stare on his face. He out there playing for himself, dog. I'm showing y'all what I can do. He out there playing for himself. This is the second year in a row that done showed you who they are. Now all of a sudden they want to put you in the game. Please save us. We didn't want to use you, but now we ain't got no choice. Can you help us? The answer would have been no for me, but he went out there like a good soldier and said, I'm gonna show y'all what it is. I'm gonna show y'all I can play and I'm gonna show the whole world that it's been Steve Kerr this whole time. And you got these idiots. If it's between Steve Kerr and Kaminga, you pick Steve Kerr. What are we talking about? That's freaking Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson. Get the fuck out of here, man. Try to protect this dude. Like when you see some foul shit, call out the foul shit. Don't be out here trying to protect what he once was. This is a freaking shell of Steve Kerr. This is a ghost of Steve Kerr without the great coaches around him, without freaking Mike Brown around him to do his defense for him. This nigga has no people skills, no freaking. He has none of that, dog. And I like Steve Kerr. I like him, but this dude he has, bruh. To be a leader of men, dog, you have to be able to reach people. Like whatever he's trying to get through to Kaminga, I just don't like the fact when you see. All right. So I say this, and I hope it don't come off bad when I say it. I don't think Greg Popovich has ever said this publicly, but there have been people that have suggested, since he coached overseas before he came to the NBA and all that stuff. Like if you look at all the guys he drafted, he got a lot of guys from overseas. Patty Mills was Australian. Tim Duncan is from the Virgin Islands. Ginobili, Argentina. Tony Parker, France. Boris Diaw, France. Tiago Splitter. Marco Bellinelli. He got a lot of foreigners that come over here, and then the guys that he would have that he might have didn't play much, like Steven Jackson. He let Steven Jackson go real quick. Greg Popovich don't have time to deal with freaking ego and attitude. He'll get you out of here real quick. And I think that's why he liked the foreigners more, because they're more coachable. Right? But he didn't run over them and do them dirty. He figured out how to coach them. And if I can coach you without you bucking the system and stuff like that, like you will probably get from an American player, especially an American player from the hood, like Steven Jackson claimed to be, you'll probably get them bucking the system a little bit more, and he just ain't got time for it. So give me the foreigner that I'm going to be able to scream at, yell at, coach and stuff like that. But when you get a guy that's going to let you coach him, you don't take advantage of it. And what Steve Kerr is doing is because we have seen, like with Steven Jackson getting out of control, you got to let Steven Jackson tell the story when Popovich was like, I'm going to go ahead and get you up out of here. He went on and trade the first time him and Steven Jackson had butted heads, and Steven Jackson thought he was gonna run that mouth. Get you on up out of here, big dog. Hey, I called him in the office. Hey man, hey, you just got traded. And Steven Jackson was like, dang, that's how you gonna do that for real? Yeah, you up out of here. Well, I'm not dealing with that. Right. But with Steve Kerr, the Steven Jackson in this scenario is Draymond Green. And what he's saying is, I'm scared of Draymond Green. I'm not gonna discipline him. I'm not gonna trade him or none of that. But to the guy that's the foreigner like Kaminga, who's from I don't know if he's from Congolese or he's from Africa somewhere. English is a second language. He very young. They got him as a 17, 18-year-old, coachable. You can mold him and not, you can tell he don't say much. Like he's putting up with all this stuff that Steve Kerr is doing to him and is not even saying nothing. He ain't heard nothing about in the media. You rarely even hear him talk during the interviews. It's almost like he's still learning English. So you get a person like that that's real mal-mannered and you're running over him. And everything, the way you coach him is by benching him and saying, you can't even get in the game. But he won't do nobody else like that. He'll bench them for a game or two maybe, but not 9 straight games, 15 straight games, 10 games, and then call you back up when we all of a sudden need you. Like, this is insane to treat this dude like this. And he's mal-mannered. He's not doing what Draymond Green. I could see if you did Draymond the same way, like when Draymond act up, he gets benched. If you're doing it for everybody, I would understand that. But you're only doing it for the mal-mannered guy. So he's running over and bullying someone because they have a difference of opinion, and he's using his power to ruin this guy. It's almost like he's deflecting. Draymond is humiliating him in public, so he got to get his lick back on Kaminga. And it's not, I can't respect it. I can't respect it at all, right? So I wouldn't have blamed Kaminga if he was like, man, just trade me, dog. I ain't playing. I'm not playing for y'all no more. Trade me. I mean, Anthony Davis did it. Hey, man, trade me to LA. I want to go to LA, New Orleans. Trade me. I'm not playing no more this season. If Clutch Sports or Rich Paul was, and this is when I like a Rich Paul in this situation. If Rich Paul was his agent, he wouldn't let this go. He wouldn't. This wouldn't fly at all. If Rich Paul was his agent, this wouldn't fly at all. So maybe Rich Paul is a necessary evil for stuff like this. That's why the transfer portal is a necessary evil in college sports, because coaches would do you like this and ruin your whole career. Ricky Price, that played for Duke and Coach K, had all the talent in the world, but he wanted to play like Kobe. And you ain't about to do that for Coach K. So he found that bench real quick and didn't go pro, and he had all the talent in the world. Ricky Price was nice, dog. Go look him up. He was hooping. He was with that Duke squad that was trash, with Wojciechowski and Collins was the point guard. Trajan Langdon and Jeff Capels, Cherokee Parks, and Eric Meeks. He was on that squad. Ricky Price was cold, though. He was the coldest one out of all of them. I think they all came in as freshmen about the same time. Ricky Price, Capels, Collins. That was all, freshmen about the same time, Cherokee Parks. So but they was trash, dog. Carolina had Sheed, Stackhouse. I mean, they had too much for them. You know what I mean? It was down years for Duke, but Ricky Price was a bright spot. But hey, playing like Kobe ain't gonna work with Coach K. But I mean, my whole thing is Kerr is doing this boy dirty, and somebody got to speak up, man. Like, cause this is just, I mean, and then Dunleavy got interviewed after the game today, and his interview, I should have daggone soundbited it, but his interview was so ignorant, dog. They asked him, does this change anything that Butler's hurt? Kaminga demanded a trade. With Butler being hurt, does this change anything? And he was like, well, yeah, I heard that he demanded a trade, but when you demand a trade, there has to be demand. So he's trying to say that on the market, don't nobody want Kaminga. He said, in order for you to demand a trade, there has to be demand on the market. Why would you say something like that publicly, dog? Like, it's almost like every time they speak, they have to speak down on Kaminga, like they're sending him a message through the media. Or they're sending the media a message like, hey, this is how we want y'all to view this situation. Like, we're trying to tell y'all what's going on so y'all can talk about it and protect us as a front office and as a coaching staff. This is all on Kaminga. They're trying to say, hey, man, it's on Kaminga. We just can't tell you what it is. Steve Kerr is complicated. That's all I say. I'm not going to speak on it. This dude, in order for you to demand a trade, there has to be some demand on the market. What? That's what you going to say to the dude you just begged to come back and get in the lineup after y'all benched him? Just trade the dude, man. We got to do what's best for the team. So basically what they saying is whatever we offer Kaminga for, the teams are not giving us what we think we should get for him. Where you're telling him he's not good enough to get off your bench. You're telling the entire NBA community and every GM in the league he's not good enough to get off our bench. But then when it comes to the trade market, you're asking for a lot. If he's not good enough to get off your bench, why not just trade him and get the contract off your books? None of this stuff is adding up. None of it is adding up. All of it is fishy. All of it is fishy. And I hope them dudes, I wish them the worst. I can't even lie. People like this don't need to prosper because of Steve Kerr and Draymond and Steph Curry being passive about it. Right? If you go let something like this happen and let somebody get done like that, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I would have to speak up, especially if I got all the pull in the world like Steph Curry do. He got all the pull. And he just go sit back and watch it play out and let Steve Kerr do this to him. All because you want to run a specific offense that's designed just for Steph. Steph 37. Why is your offense still designed for him? He's going to be off this team in 2 years. What is Steve Kerr going to do then? Because right now you ain't shown no way that you haven't foreshadowed no way that you go pivot into something different without Steph. And it'd be wise for them to trade Steph and get draft picks while he's still valuable right now. Because you're not getting no championship out of this 37-year-old with no help. Trade Steph, let him play some meaningful basketball, get your draft picks. And this draft coming up is phenomenal. Like, be smart like Danny Ainge when he got rid of Paul Pierce and Garnett real early. They got 2 championships out of that deal. Garnett and Paul Pierce got them a championship, and when he realized Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen couldn't get them no more championships because of their age, and Garnett had been hurt with that knee injury, and he wasn't the same no more after that. Man, Brooklyn Nets was trying to daggone, hey, we just bought this Russian guy just bought this team. We trying to move from New Jersey to Brooklyn. Jay-Z is involved. We got all this buzz. We done changed our colors and our jerseys. And they was trying to make a buzz. Danny Ainge looked over there and was like, oh, I see suckers. He was like, you want Paul Pierce and Garnett? Got all these draft picks, and next thing you know, they back in the mix. They got Jason Tatum. They got Jaylen Brown. They got Al Horford, Kyrie. Real easy. They back in the mix. You got to learn how to pivot, right? You can't hold on to something so long before, and it ain't worth nothing no more, and then the ship just go down with it. Nah, that ain't what you do. Get rid of Steph. Since Steph begging that I want to play meaningful basketball, I want to compete for championships, and I want all this money, but I'm 37, so I can't really do what I used to. Nah, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I would trade Steph, get all these draft picks, and I would rebuild my team with one of these stars coming out. Dude, have you seen Peterson at Kansas play? I just watched him play tonight. He twisted his ankle, but he still played decent. Freshman, very good. Have you seen AJ DeBanster, whatever, however you say his name, that plays for BYU? He's gonna be a franchise player too. And the crazy thing about it is he's such a prodigy. But Peterson's playing they both freshmen. Peterson's playing so good that he's the number 1 pick over AJ. Projected. I probably would still pick AJ because AJ is about 6'9" with long arms and can do the same stuff. But Peterson shoot the ball better. But whenever AJ becomes a good shooter of the basketball, he should be the better player in the next 3 or 4 years in the league. But right now, Peterson is more developed, but it kind of reminds you of Scoot Henderson versus Brandon Miller when they was coming out. Which one did you take if you Charlotte? They picked right and took Brandon Miller. Scoot, like a 6'3", 6'4" point guard, very athletic. The only difference is Scoot can't shoot that well. Peterson can freaking shoot. And they're comparing him to Kobe and all this other stuff, man. But when I look at him, I don't know how tall he looks 6'3". He don't look like AJ and all these other long athletes. But and it looked like he might be a point guard. Let me look him up real quick. Because if he's 6'6", then he's the number 1 pick. If he's 6'6", he's the number 1 pick. But if he's 6'3", I want AJ. They got him listed at Darren Peterson. He's listed at 6'6", 205. Dude, he don't look it, dog. Peterson, when I don't know if his arms are not long. Maybe his wingspan is not huge. But when I look him on the floor, I'm like, man, why did he look 6'2", 6'3"? They got him listed at 6'6". So 6'6", yeah, I take him because I like wings. I like wings with size too. So I take Peterson, one, because he's so polished, dog. He's so good. AJ's so good too, though, man. Golly, it's so hard. So you got AJ and you got Darren Peterson, but that's not it. You got Caleb Wilson at North Carolina. Caleb Wilson is like 6'9" as well, and he's longer than AJ. AJ plays more like a guard at 6'9". He plays like a D Wade with a polished jump shot. Like, I mean, AJ, man, he just so good at BYU, right? Y'all got to go watch this dude. Really good. And Caleb Wilson is the same size, but I think his wingspan is even longer. And he's a guard too, but he plays like power forwardish, and he dunks it like Garnett. Like this dude dunking on everything. But he's a guard. He's really a guard, but he plays like Garnett. He's at Carolina, Caleb Wilson. That's 3 freshmen that are franchise players. 3, but that's not it. Then you got Carlos Boozer's son at Duke. Now he's about 6'9" as well, but he got like a bigger power forward build. Caleb Wilson is skinny like Garnett. AJ at BYU is not as skinny as Caleb Wilson, but he's slim but muscular. So he kind of puts you in the mind of how Brandon Miller was. A little bit bigger than Brandon Miller, right? Who just came out this year? Okay, maybe Cooper Flaggish. So he got Cooper Flag size. Cooper Flag like 6'11" though, but he's 6'9". He got like Cooper Flag size. You know what I'm saying? And Caleb Wilson is real skinny like Garnett was coming out of college or out of high school. And then Darren Peterson, maybe because he got more muscle, it looked like he more pro ready. Maybe that's why he don't look 6'6", because he's not as skinny as them other dudes. He just got a pro ready body. He put you in the mind. He got the body that Ray Allen had when he was coming out of college. So you got those 3. Then you got Cam Boozer at Duke, and his build is more like maybe his dad's a little bit. His dad was more muscles though, but he's 6'9" and a wider body, so he don't move as well as those other guys like guards. But he play on the perimeter. He can shoot it. He can post up. But he's 6'9". He's a power forward for real. Like he's really good. I don't know if he's a franchise changing player, but he's very close. So you got 4 guys that you want either 4 of those guys, and those are just the freshmen. You still got a couple of sophomores and juniors walking around there that can ball, like Peja Stojakovic's son. I think he might be a sophomore or junior balling. Man, it's so many freaking kids in college, man. It's another kid that I can't remember his name. He's from overseas. He's a 6'10" point guard, plays like Luka, but in shape. He's not too big. Right? So man, boy, these kids come out of college. My point is this, though. And I see you, Robin. I'm gonna get to that. I see you, Robin. My point is this. It's over for Golden State, Steve Kerr, Steph, Draymond. That thing is over. It's done. Trade Steph, get a first round pick, get one of these prospects coming out. It's not gonna be another draft like this no time soon. This draft is stacked, dog. This draft is stacked. As a matter of fact, it's about time for me to go ahead and start concentrating on college basketball right now because I've been heavy on football and NBA. But the NBA playoffs is about to, not NBA, but NFL playoffs is already here, and Super Bowl right around the corner. Once NFL drops off, I'm going heavy college basketball because I need to find these. I need to get real acquainted with these prospects coming out. But yeah, man, these kids gonna be good. So sports and fitness rants. Robin said, "Can you explain why this is the weakest center, but the most talented guards? Are they not teaching big man fundamentals?" I wouldn't say that because Jokic and Embiid and Zubac and Wemby, they can go in the post and play. The issue is they're discouraging that style of play. They don't want the post. Like Chet can play in the post too, if he really wants to. Everybody is trading their post skills for guard skills because the game is played on the perimeter with 5 men out. You know what I mean? So the only thing that you really want in the middle of the paint is layups and dunks. They don't value the post up like more. So I don't know if they're not teaching that skill because I think they still use it overseas, and a lot of players not going to the NBA. Some of them going overseas. Some of them going overseas, and I hope they're still teaching it. But yeah, they're just teaching the game. They might be learning how to play in the post, but the game is played with screens and dribble drives and driving kicks and threes. So I mean, I would have to go down to college level coaches and players and some high school coaches and players and ask them what they teaching. I can do that too. So because I know my high school just won the championship in our state last year, and the coach that they got he played 2 grades or 3 grades above me. I never met him. I know of him, but a lot of my friends are quite. One day I'm gonna bring him on the show. We go interview him, and I'm gonna ask him that question, man. What are they teaching? What are y'all teaching? You know what I mean? That's a good question. Daggone good question. Oh, he said that's not Robin. Sheesh. Are you for real? That's insane. Yeah, let me go ahead and block that then. It says sports and fitness rants. That's crazy. I ain't gonna block him yet. He ain't said nothing crazy. But yeah, that's crazy if you using somebody a fake account, dog. That's whack. Ain't no telling who that is. Yeah, but that's crazy. That's real funny, man. I just got back and people talking about trolls. Yeah. But all right, y'all, I've been on here real long. I was only supposed to be here like an hour. It's been 3 hours. But I catch y'all tomorrow, man. We'll be live again tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow. I catch y'all then, man. But I appreciate all the phone calls, the super chats and the comments and all that stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. But I catch y'all on another one, man. Peace.